Hi guys, it's Talion here, joined today by Ghost Luke. And
Hello.
we're playing more Murders on the Yangtze River. So, we're getting lost in which slot is which here. But yeah, we're investigating case 3 here, and we just did our first round of deductions, and now it's back to investigating. Hopefully at this in this one, they're gonna actually let us investigate the drug statue. They better.
Open up that bong.
Alright, do we see anything on the table?
This is a desk that Supervisor Ho moved here, temporarily.
That seems like such a random thing for us to inspect. It's not expecting to get things
Yes,
here.
so
That's
it's
really
clearly
suspicious.
important.
Yeah, very suspicious.
Yeah. There's a head cloth on the desk. Supervisor Ho is using it to bag the money. Yeah, that's suspicious as all get out, alright. We'll just update that suspect list. There's an account book next to it. Let me take a look.
Uh-oh.
Old Lee's wages were deducted a lot. The reason is because he skipped work multiple times. Okay, so we're gonna have to cross-reference that with the board at some point, I think.
Yeah. He was complaining about wages, but I guess...
Yes, he was complaining that his wages, he told us that their wages were docked. So, I think embezzlement. Because they have written here, oh yeah, old Lee skipped work, so we took away your wages for the next 7 days, but actually they were pocketing
from talking
money.
to him, it sounds like he was very diligent about his work.
Yes.
But he
No,
could
that's
also
what
have
I
been
mean,
lying,
like-
so we don't really know.
He could have been lying, but I don't think he was, and
Yeah.
I think that using the board we're going to be able to prove it. I think that they are just saying he skipped work.
That they're just using that as an excuse, yeah.
Yeah. Cooking the books. Ah Wu's wages were the second most deducted for being late. Old Chow's have also been deducted.
These are circumstances worth keeping in mind.
So given that, I'm gonna say tentatively, Shen, this door leads to the backyard. Let's head over there and take a look. Elevator, elevator. Okay, so Ho is suspicious because of the head cloth there.
Yeah.
I heard Formenting got killed by somebody. It's still his fault, though. That's what we've learned. It's always his fault.
Oh.
Ah Wu, what are you doing here?
Didn't you just say that the foreman was murdered? At present, it is highly likely that he was murdered. Mr. Shen, you'll believe what I say, right? Yes.
Somebody's gonna snitch.
I remembered something strange.
My master doesn't let me say much, and I'm not sure if this is important or not.
There's no one else here, Awu. Be at ease and tell us.
This morning, I noticed that the crane hook was not stationed at its usual position.
Where is the crane hook usually positioned?
It's supposed to be between furnace number 1 and furnace number 2. But when I got there this morning, I saw the crane hook stationed in front of furnace number 2.
Is it possible that someone used the crane hook during working hours?
Not likely. No one would move the crane hook if we weren't casting ingots.
So you suspect that someone used the crane hook last night?
That's right.
Thank you, Awu. This really helps with our investigations.
Anyway, hurry up and find that murderer!
Okay. So, I think the crane hook was used to get Foreman Ting's dead body up there. Because, unless it was the elevator.
Well, isn't that...
I'm not... Yeah.
I guess maybe. But that's like the same hook that they used to carry the ladles,
Yes.
right? So like during the time of the murder, it would have been,
Yeah.
you know, in use.
Yeah, well, yeah, so the thing is, I am unclear. Well, actually, Yeah, because they noticed Ting's body showed up mysteriously as the thing moved. So it could be part of the placement for that magic trick.
Maybe.
It could be a thing where if the hook was too far away, it wouldn't have made the timing go right. But I also think that this is the kind of thing that if you needed for the hook to just like move, like, because they were moving the ladle anyways.
Yeah.
So it would have just been like, here's a little extra time as the hook travels over to hook under. So the thing that makes a little more sense to me, unless we find some very specific magic trick setup, is that the hook is how we got this body up to the second floor from wherever was killed. Now, other options could be he could have been killed on the second floor. He could have been shoved into the elevator, which I assume we're going to investigate soon. But the thing that hits me is that the hook could be used to pull a body up, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, something to keep in mind.
I guess I don't know how low to the ground it goes, but...
Yeah. Okay.
But
let's
yeah,
just investigate this
the thing is,
direction
okay.
first, and then go.
Supervisor Ho is definitely involved in the embezzling, but I'm not 100% sure that makes him the killer. Like, the head cloth is a suspicious piece of evidence. But I think it could be either killed because he was going to reveal the embezzling, or somebody found out about the embezzling and got angry and killed Foreman Ting. So that would make Ho less likely to be the culprit because he already knew about it.
This was the ladle the foreman fell into. Yeah, we know that.
Since there's no body to examine, Auntie Vu already left. No, I needed her for the rigor mortis.
Influenced. Oh, by spirits.
Influenced. He's an influencer. Shen, the factory floor's front door is just up ahead. Would you like to go get some fresh air?
We are short on time, so let us focus on investigations first.
Fine.
Okay.
Afu will endure being in this cutting-edge factory full of machinery if he must. I'm not sure what that did.
Yeah, I don't know either. Why did we do that?
We just soft-locked
and we can't-
ourselves because the killer's gonna pour more molten steel into there. And then we're gonna be screwed.
Oh, we can jump over here now.
Finally,
It's closed.
we can
Oh, this just takes us around.
go this
to the back
way.
again. Oh, to the other side of this, though. Okay,
This
well,
is-
not really anything super new.
Super important.
Holy, there are still a few questions I would like to ask about this morning's incident.
If there's anything else you need to ask, then just ask. So he does have that bag full of powder. So you're saying Foreman Ting was murdered? It wasn't because he provoked that thing in the shrine? Of course. We went to the office and nothing happened. We were super disrespectful to the shrine,
Yeah.
too. We were like, hey there, shrine, it's me, ya boy.
Between last night and this morning, have you noticed anything unusual? Or perhaps, have you heard any strange noises?
Nothing unusual or any strange noises.
Were you working at the second floor furnace area all night?
Yes. Sometimes I take a break. But I never left, not even for a second.
Suspicious.
This is the kind of statement that you'll press me on in a testimony.
Yep. You spent the whole night on the second floor and found nothing unusual. That conflicts with... I guess
what
is
do
it
we
with
have
something
that
being
would've-
moved?
Okay, let's remember this from
That's probably
yesterday.
Closest thing I can think of.
Crane hook, yeah, actually, the crane hook might be it.
It was
because...
moved sometime during the night.
Yeah, because I'm like, I know the reporter was setting up her camera, but I'm not sure that would be a thing that Old Lee would
Well, that
be
wouldn't have been in
expected
the
to
middle
notice.
of the night.
It was last night, though, and
Yeah.
she was like, the railing was already missing. But I don't think we don't have evidences yet, and I'm not sure that those would be the exact things that would be like, Old Lee should know this.
The movements of the crane hook are exceedingly noisy. If you were really here all night, would you have not known that someone used the crane hook last night?
That,
Unless you were the person who moved the crane hook.
It wasn't me! Last night, I did in fact leave the second floor furnace area.
And now it's possible for people to have gone around the back.
Yep.
Where did you go?
I stayed up past midnight. I was very hungry and I went to the dock to have a midnight snack. No way. If you left, who was looking after the furnace? The furnace could be unattended for an hour after materials are shoveled in. Yeah, Patrolman Koo can prove it. Okay, that wasn't a onomatopoeia. Whenever I'm on duty, we go to the dock together around that time. I swear, I'm not lying. We'll trust your words for now. Is there anything else that you're hiding from us? No.
Very convincing.
Very convincing.
Old Lee, have you ever opened the conveyor door after the incident?
Well, that's... If you keep fumbling, it'll just increase our suspicions. Well... Fine then. After the incident, I did open the conveyor door without permission. The fire was so intense, it's only natural that I fear death. Old Lee, it's only human nature to flee for your life. But why did you keep this a secret earlier? There are rules of operation that require workers to put out the fire as a priority. How did the fire get put out so fast, actually? I didn't have the guts to stay, but I was also afraid they would cut my pay. I have a family to support, so many mouths to feed.
Be at ease, Old Lee. We just want to uncover the truth. We do not intend to cause you any trouble.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I guess he doesn't really have anything else to say.
We didn't mean to break the rules.
Okay.
Old Lee, the factory floor is already quite arid. Why is there a tarpaulin covering the iron? Ting instructed us to do so. He was afraid the bulk material in the iron would be mixed up.
Sense, I guess?
Why did Ting want that covered up? Was it drugs?
Drugs all the way down.
All
we
drugs.
can't go up on that other side, I guess? Alright, let's go to the backyard.
Finally, some fresh air. Ah, the nice, refreshing ironworks air.
Ooh, that's a new place.
Well, that sounds like a place where we're gonna find out a lot
is
about
this where we came?
chemicals and chemistry and drugs.
Oh yeah, so we came in through the bottom there. Let's, I guess, just go left to right again. Ah, this guy.
How's the investigation going, you guys?
We're still investigating, and there's some questions we wanted to ask you, Mr. Patrolman. However, we're short on time, so we hope you can be straight with us.
Oh, there is a paw. What are you doing, little
Little
one?
kitty. I
Hello.
think you're not paying attention to me.
She has assumed armrest position. Oh. Okay. Kitty, please move aside. Thank you. Very cute, very fluffy.
Where's this coming from? My headaches is sometimes good and sometimes bad.
Then is it good or bad right now?
The murderous suspect on the loose in the ironworks. Mr. Lee is already troubled enough.
Did Foreman Ting ever have a problem with anyone?
There's quite a few. Let's count Ah Wu in first.
Was it because Foreman Ting was strict and paid Ah Wu's wages late?
Not entirely. Ting was stricter with Ah Wu more than he was with anyone else, so Ah Wu hated him. Foreman Ting came from the backwater countryside and was the youngest in his family. In the past 2 years, his family died of illness or old age. He was the last one left. He was also an old bachelor. There's no one to even handle his funeral affairs. Ah Wu was also born to a poor family. He's clever. Everyone knows Ting treated him like his son.
I see.
I love the Ah Wu hated him
That's why
so
you hated
much
him,
because yes.
Yeah, well,
I guess people have complicated relationships with their fathers, so maybe it's not surprising.
People have complicated relationships with their employees they adopt as surrogate sons.
Yep. Alas, it's regrettable that Ting was obsessed with steelmaking. It's not considerate at all. Obviously,
We're
he meant
learning
well.
the lesson that this game teaches us. Loving things
Yep.
is bad. Yep.
But sometimes his words sounded harsh and mean. That's why Ah Wu kicked over his shrine a while ago.
So Foreman Ting was really quite alone. It sounds so pitiful.
Other than Awu, who else did Foreman Ting have a dispute with?
Old Lee is also quite stubborn, so these two stubborn old men often fought. Also, a while back, Foreman Ting even beat up that foreign boss from the laboratory.
I'm assuming we're about to meet them soon.
Yeah, that guy from the laboratory.
Thanks to his bad temper, he lost his job in the lab and became a labor foreman here.
Old Lee claims that whenever he is on duty, he goes to the dock with you to eat midnight snacks.
You know about that already?
Was that the case last night?
We were just taking a little break.
Okay, well, he has an alibi.
We were just taking a little break. No elaboration. I'm sure it's pig iron underneath this tarpaulin.
Ooh.
Huh? This isn't pig iron. My sense of smell is usually infallible when it comes to that. Shen, there are rubber blocks piled underneath here. Rubber blocks? Unheard of.
Weird. A large quantity of rubber. Is there a need for rubber in the process of steel making?
Not at all.
I guess were they just like piled there to make it look like there was a lot of stuff?
Yeah, it's like if they're running out of supplies, maybe, or it could be useful in the creation of some other chemical.
Yeah, that's very possible.
These rubber blocks belong to Mr. Lee. They're just temporarily stacked here.
He's buying a bunch of rubber.
Under our feet.
Yeah. Ah, these are scraps of rubber. That means...
Someone processed rubber blocks here.
So the fact that... Well, maybe it's a red herring thing, but are they suggesting that rubber is involved in the fake railing?
Yeah, that seems to be what they're suggesting. I feel like it's not just like the railing was made of rubber.
Yeah,
Because I do think it was something that just like burnt up.
Yeah, because I'm like, the thing is, rubber is not going to disappear into ashes when burned.
I mean,
gonna be kind
a
of
rubber
distinct.
railing could potentially also work because it would look solid when it's just there, but then if they leaned a body against it, it would bend and fall down.
Yeah,
But I don't think that's the case. I think it was burned.
Yeah, I don't think that's what what's his name described.
Yes, he said it disappeared, which I think is consistent with burning
Vanished.
it.
Like a
Shabby
ghost.
uniform. There's a uniform over here.
It looks really dirty and it's all covered in rust. Rust. What do we know that has rust? Only a worker in the charging area could make their clothes this dirty.
Sir, do you know to whom this clothing belongs to?
You can ask around and see which worker came by the warehouse today.
Are you sure this uniform was discarded today?
I just cleaned this place up with old Chow and the others last night before we got off work.
This situation is worth recording.
Yeah,
I
discarded
mean, you would think it was
uniform.
old Lee, because he's the one in the charging area.
Well, he's the one
but-
in the charging station, but I'm like, okay, if you want to hide a body before you set up a fake ghost suicide, then you hide it under the thing in the charging area that's always covered with a tarpaulin.
Yeah, that is
So,
true.
there could be a body was stashed here, they changed it out for a different uniform before they
Would
pushed
they
him
really
off.
need to change it, though? I mean, I guess if it's so
mean,
dirty
if
that
it-
you would be able to see from a distance,
Yeah.
maybe. But even then, like, that wouldn't be that weird. They'd be just like, oh, Foreman Ting is all dirty for some reason.
Yeah, it's like, it's not necessarily a slam dunk, but like somebody
Yeah,
was
maybe.
doing something charging.
Yeah.
A file, a screwdriver, a saw, a wrench. There are a lot of tools placed on top of this chest.
And it's also possible that maybe the uniform was like used to cover or carry something that was dirty. I don't know what that would be for sure though.
Yep.
No. Elevator. Let's just take this up.
Hold it right there, Mr. Shen.
What's wrong, Mr. Patrolman?
You can't go through that. You can't go through. This elevator leads to the second floor. The conveyor door is locked. Even if you went up, you'd have to come back down.
Okay.
So that's putting a timeline for when you could have used the elevator. It would have had to have been after Old Lee opened it. Because he said he opened the conveyor door.
Yeah.
These gunny sacks are filled with lime.
What is this monument?
This monument was erected when Hanyang Ironworks was first put into operation. At the time, there were quite a few foreign engineers who came to work at the ironworks.
Alright, lab time.
Lab time. This laboratory is huge!
Well, speak of the devil. I was just telling Mr. Robinson about you two detectives.
There are a few questions we would like to ask Mr. Robinson.
Of course, allow me to introduce you. This is Mr. Robinson, a chemist from England. He's also the head of this laboratory. Mr. Robinson, this is Mr. Shen. Besides him, it's his assistant, Afu.
Alright, who's gonna be this guy? Deductions.
The high deduction screen. Do you want
Yeah, I guess
to?
I'll
Because
do this guy.
I
Yeah,
think
'cause we were
well, I mean,
alternating, I
we
don't
don't know
remember.
for sure. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, you can go.
What voice do I give this guy?
Mr. Shen, I did hear thy deductions are marvelous.
This case is still under investigation, so your cooperation would be greatly appreciated. If to be... Why does this guy talk like this?
They nailed the British dialect.
Be true that there is aught I can help thee with. Prithee did let me knoweth.
I wonder if this
I'm
is like
almost wondering-
a translation of like bad Chinese.
It could be a translation of bad Chinese. Yeah, no, you're right. Like he only knows archaic Chinese because he studied it in like
And like
school.
not even good archaic Chinese. Just,
Yeah.
Like very
No, that makes sense
broken
actually.
Chinese. That's my guess, at any rate.
Mr. Robinson, I'm also really interested in chemistry. If there are some experiments that come to mind, can I borrow your laboratory table? I know we're on a time crunch, but like...
Aye.
It's very enthusiastic, I guess.
instantly borrowing the lab table. There are several test tubes and a scale on the laboratory table.
Let's talk to people later. Oh, she's here too. Who's this man?
Look, Shen, it's a portrait of Zhang Zhidong.
Mr. Zhang advocates education and industry. He is a person I admire greatly. Oh,
A celebrity. A stack of documents, a bottle of ink, and a quill pen are placed on the desk.
would this be where
Yeah.
the note was written, maybe?
No, it was actually written. Huh? This is a chemical test report for steel. Steel in this report is made by using coal from Westphalia. All indexes are up to standard. Man, all the way Westphalia! Steel in this report was made by a mixture of Chinese coke breeze and anthracite. Westphalia is the place where there are, like, eternal coal fires deep underground, I think. Just, you know, it happens sometimes. You get a little coal, you get an unending eternal fire, hundreds of feet underground, you know, NBD. Oh, what a shame. Due to high phosphorus content, fragmentation easily appears in the steel. It seems that the choice of fuel really affects the quality of the steel. A complete account of iron manufacture electricity. The bookshelf is full of technical books. Is just the second book just called Electricity?
I guess.
The remaining documents are all in foreign languages. Natural philosophy is the first book I read about. I read about the study of physics. Yeah, it's just like his idol, Sir Isaac Newton. A brazier. It's always a brazier. I don't know how to pronounce that, but there are some paper ashes in the brazier that seem to have burned out not long ago. That definitely isn't evidence from our case that we're disposed of. This brazier brings back some bad memories.
Yeah, I feel like it's the same one, too.
It's
like
literally
everyone
the
just
same
buys
one.
the same.
Auntie
same
Lou
kind.
brought it with her.
Of course. That would explain it.
It's all coming together.
Alright, I guess let's get talking to people. Miss Wen, are you also here to investigate the laboratory?
I'm here for the photos. Are we finally gonna get to see those? The camera was destroyed, but fortunately the film inside was untouched.
Nice. Yeah, I did notice the photo setup over there.
Mr. Robinson from the laboratory helped me develop them. What kind of photos did you take? Can we have a look? I only took a few, and most of them are scenery shots. You can see for yourself. They definitely won't have any important evidence on them. Shen, let's take a look at Miss Wen's photos.
One moment. There are still a few questions that I would like to ask Miss Wen.
God, Shen. Ask away, great detective.
As you are writing a report on the ironworks, you must know its recent developments.
Well, of course. I'm a senior reporter. Yeah, she's a whole, what, 22? It's really difficult for national enterprises like Pyongyang to develop and grow. They need to buy foreign equipment. Even mineral resources are controlled by foreigners. At the market, foreigners control the right to build most railways in China. They're the ones who decide whose steel rails to buy and what the standards for testing are. Testing standard. Take the Shanghai-Nanjing Railway with a British chief engineer, for example. Yeah, Mr. Robinson. The agreement specifies that the British in charge of purchasing take a commission of 5%. Naturally, the British will choose to buy Western products to gain more profit. Yeah. When they purchased steel rails, they would nitpick at Hangyang Ironworks products. Recently, the ironworks is more competitive due to a new method that greatly reduces costs. It's called embezzlement. However, rumors about the bad quality of its steel rails have sent the ironworks to rock bottom.
It's all making me wonder if those rumors were even true to begin with.
Yeah. Well, okay, so they have steel test reports that show that some of their steel is coming out pretty bad.
But what if the reports are suspicious?
What if the reports are suspicious? I'm not sure what...
Like, I don't think it's likely, but...
Yeah, it's like I feel like it's more likely that the ironworks is going to fake producing good steel.
Yeah.
Then somebody's going to fake them producing bad steel. No wonder Deputy Administrator Lee seemed so anxious. That's why he hopes that my news report can help them restore their reputation. Which is why I was going to report on a suicide right in the middle of their, It was going to be great. Everybody knows dramatic suicides increase profits.
Alright, well, we'll come back to talk to her about the... Oh, no, there's the photos. Okay, we can go to the photos whenever then. Alright, let's take a look.
On the left is a photo of Hongyang Ironworks freight dock.
I don't immediately see anything weird.
Yeah, same. I'm sure we can come back to it. In the middle is a photo of the molten steel basin. We've seen this before, but it shows that the railing is missing. This photo was taken in the office on the furnace factory floor. Okay, so this is gonna prove that old Lee was there, because we can see it on the wall.
Yeah.
We can see who's clocked in. The office in the photo looks different to what it's like now.
Oh, there's the, like, big bag of something. Are those coins?
Yeah, I mean, the big bag
it's like
of stuff
bag
was
of
weird,
coins
for sure.
right there.
The big bag of stuff was
Definitely
weird.
Miss Wen, was this photo taken yesterday evening as well?
Yep. What about it?
This detail in the photo differs from how the office is now. That seems quite peculiar. Giant
I
bag
think
of
it was a
coins.
big bag of stuff, yeah. Shen, the money bag and the money on the desk disappeared without a trace. Yeah, that's suspicious. This money was probably taken to pay wages, right?
Oh,
they
we're gonna
were
check
giving away
against
the
which...
wages early. Oh no. They're forging
which...
coins.
Maybe.
They're forging stuff. They paid the wages early to get rid of the evidence.
Maybe.
And that's why we have coins in our evidence bag. Because we can test them to find out they're not actually real coins. Oh, that's a big crime. That's right, but there's nothing peculiar about that. And let's take a look at another detail.
Let's see what else.
So, I don't have as firm a memory of what was up with the office.
Yeah. Like, was all this stuff on the walls also there?
I don't remember.
He's holding stuff. I wonder if that's relevant at all.
Can we close it and come back?
We can. I mean, I guess we can go just check the office and see what it looks like.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Literally take a look and come back.
Mr. Shen, what else would you like to know?
Mr. Ho, you seem quite familiar with Mr. Robinson.
I speak a bit of Mr. Robinson's language, so sometimes I can help him with communications. Mr. Robinson is a very interesting person. I really enjoy talking to him.
How is Foreman Ting's relationship with Mr. Robinson?
Foreman Ting used to be Mr. Robinson's assistant, but their relationship was never too close.
Another British man who's
already
in
heard
charge
about
of the science.
Foreman Ting beating up Mr. Robinson a while ago. Damn.
What was the specific reason for that?
Foreman Ting came to ask Mr. Robinson in private to help him test the steel made by his methods. Mr. Robinson agreed and ran tests over and over again. The results were unsatisfactory.
I like how we're talking about this while Mr. Robinson is right there.
Foreman Ting was quite stubborn
Remember
and
that
insisted
time that guy beat you
Mr.
up?
Robinson was being half-hearted. Mr. Robinson only meant to help, so naturally he resented Foreman Ting's accusations.
Yeah, you know, science only works if you put your whole heart in. if you just like do the testing and your heart's not in it, it'll just give a bad result.
Yeah.
Science
Mr.
is about
Robinson's
believing
words
in
became
yourself,
quite
really.
harsh. Foreman Ting was so angry that he beat up Mr. Robinson.
Again, he's right there.
Yep. The matter was only resolved when Mr. Lee stepped in. After all, Foreman Ting was just too eager to achieve success. I guess that's all we got. Oh god, we have to talk to this guy.
Yep.
You already said that. Mr. Robinson, could I ask you to give us an introduction to the tasks of a chemist? To be able to smelt metals, 'tis behooveful to understandeth the composition of the minerals. Here deciding the ingredients, proportions, and which refining process to useth. Mr. Robinson is saying, before steel making, we need to know the composition of the minerals. Then we decide on the ingredients, proportions, and which refining process to use. Yes, I got that, dude.
Yes.
He is responsible for running tests on the composition of various minerals through chemistry.
Though Mr. Robinson is also in charge of chemical testing for the quality of the steel rails, right? And he's a British man. And the British... Yeah, no, there might be a conspiracy at play.
Yeah. We doth not have the arts to explore the caliber of steel rails.
Very least, I think they thought he was in on the conspiracy. That's why you're doing this so half-hearted. You're cheating the test.
Yeah. What Mr. Robinson means to say is that the Ironworks Laboratory does not have the credentials to run tests on steel rails.
Okay. Credentials?
Wait, what were the tests that we saw before then? Were those...
Yeah, no, clearly somebody ran the test. I think it's literally that the railways
I saw something,
are like,
some of them at least signed by Mr. Robinson.
Yeah, I think
I don't
it's
know.
like the railways are like,
Yeah.
oh, you need to get certification from one of our testing
exactly.
places.
Railway constructors, mainly foreign companies, have their own preferred testing institutions.
Yeah.
Yep. The test reports issued by our ironworks are unable to get improved. So they have their own reports, but they're not, like, considered legit.
Yeah.
Thee speaketh the truth, ho. If it be true that there is aught I can... Okay, yeah. We heard that. I heard that he once served as your assistant. Why was he transferred to the factory floor? And why did he beat you up that time that we were talking?
Yeah.
Ting was very talented. I applaud his contributions as mine aid. He doth help me in many ways, and in returneth, I eke did give him bounteous rewards. What does that mean?
Okay, that sounds like drugs or sex. He was a bachelor.
Co-equal so, he did maketh an forgivable, oh my god, I cannot speak. Unforgivable what the hell is that word? Misprision. Misprision.
Which I'm sure is a real word.
Maybe. He was a cut purse. He did steal my notes, which did have multitudinous data of the essence.
The data of the essence.
He did steal laboratory instruments, then did return them the next morn.
Yeah, this really does sound like a Breaking Bad here.
Yep. Oh me, the gods! Doth he truly bethink yond I would not findeth out? Everything hither hath a fixed placement. I did knoweth of his trickery aforetime.
It sounds like Foreman Ting just wanted to gain more knowledge. Who's like, if I were your
Well, it did seem he was just like
Yeah.
borrowing them for a night and then returning them, which is
Yeah.
maybe not that evil, but still you probably, like, should get permission to do that kind of stuff.
Who's like, I would steal everything.
Yeah. Because, again, being interested in stuff makes you evil.
Makes you evil. It makes you do crimes and or be murdered.
Yep. The lab hath its own rules. I doth not like people who doth not followeth the rules. I muse going to worketh on the factory floor was the superior answer for ting. Okay. I guess that's all we got.
So, the thing that I love about that conversation is that Shen speaks fluent English.
That's true.
And he just let Mr. Robinson struggle through that. He's like, no, we're good. A variety of reagents are displayed in this cabinet. Hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, ammonia, hydrogen peroxide. They really do have everything. Just pocket a little hydrogen peroxide for later.
Afu, what kind of experiments are these reagents used for?
They're mainly used to test the composition of minerals and steel.
I see. What was that? Oh shit.
Well, that was wild. No, okay, that was like the knife from his brother's murder.
Yeah.
Shen, are you alright?
I'm fine. I just remembered a few unpleasant memories.
As long as you're fine. Shen, I just found a bottle of reagent that's quite rare. Perhaps it can be of use. Literally just pocketing.
Yep.
Mr. Robinson's like, the lab has rules, and I don't tolerate a person who's like, cool, I hear that, but also consider I want this.
Oh boy. Alright,
I bet this rare reagent is going to be for silver stuff. Okay. Office, check what's up. Check the photograph.
Steel ingots casted from molten steel in ladle number 2 after the incident.
So I do think the coloration is a bit odd.
Yeah, it is weird.
Because that cannot be heat anymore. According to Afu. I love that.
Remains of the deceased will not be within them.
We had this long conversation about the composition of the human body.
We can't look at the statue! That makes me mad.
So, yeah, let's see. What else? Could it be the clock?
Yeah, I don't know. So I remember seeing this notice up there. I remember seeing the maps on the wall. I remember seeing the...
So, the clock looks like it currently says 10 o'clock, which doesn't make sense since we've been doing a lot of investigational... So it can't be 10 in the morning. And it also really couldn't be 10 at night.
I mean, I guess it could be 10 in the morning if we got here early.
I don't think so, because they keep talking about this morning, not like 2 hours ago, you know?
Hello, Ree! Glad you made it.
So the thing,
was there
was
there
one
stuff
thing
on
on
the
the wall in
desk?
the photograph. Yeah, the desk has some papers.
It has papers, it has the paperweight. I remember, I'm pretty sure the lamp was positioned differently in the photo, but I don't see how that means anything.
Well, think about the lamp.
The calligraphy brush.
So something that's not actually, it's not different, but that's notable, is that I think the papers look exactly the same as I photographed, which if he wrote a suicide note at the desk.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we
there
already
would be a
kind of got past
we
that.
already
So I
kind of
don't know
did,
if
but
we'd be talking about that again, but
up.
we can try, yeah.
Yeah, check. Okay, because
The map looks quite new.
Quite new.
It was probably put up not long ago. A working drawing of the open hearth furnace is pasted right above it.
So, I remember seeing both of those there, yes.
Yeah. Your Honor, there are a few questions about the shrine that I would like to ask you. Yes, finally, let's talk about the shrine!
There's no harm in asking. I I heard that Mr. Deputy Administrator was the one who arranged the statue. Formanting repeatedly asked me to invite the gods in, and I couldn't argue with him.
So presumably it was originally a normal statue. If this guy got it, unless he's also in on whatever. Yeah.
He's like, I need something that I can turn into drugs.
Yep.
He was quite concerned about this, and even built the shrine by himself.
Never mind. I thought he had like bought it for him, but no.
No. Just the statue. Who would know after that? Who would know that after the gods were invited in, all these terrible things would happen?
So Foreman Ting built the shrine and the altar by himself.
Shen, we didn't check the altar beneath the shrine earlier.
Yes, let's check it,
the
please.
Altar. Finally. No matter, feel free to investigate it. As long as you can solve the case as soon as possible.
Yes, thank you.
Finally. Take it over, break it apart.
Alright, well, let's start with the statues, I guess. Wait, what's up with this one's head? Is it like facing up? It's like at a very odd angle. Well, let's look at them first. Oh yeah.
A wooden altar. So simple in structure, it doesn't even have a drawer. That's suspicious. Because there's something inside it that he doesn't want anybody opening. A statue of Ganjiang and Mo Yi. It's just a normal statue with no mechanisms or secret compartments.
Well, thank you for checking.
There's half a stick of red candle on the candlestick that's already been put out.
They were lit when we first entered the office.
They were lit when we first entered,
I don't think that's necessarily relevant. It just got
They might be
blown
lit
out
in
somehow.
the photograph, which might be weird. There are 3 sticks of incense placed vertically on the incense burner. What if the thing is different
Is there anything to
different
investigate at the top?
numbers of incense sticks? That would be wild. A shrine made of rosewood. The carvings aren't that meticulous. You could even say it's
Wow. How
judgy. Coming in
judgy.
with a shade. The Foreman Ting built this with his own hands. It's a good thing he was a steel worker and not a wood carver.
Oh wait, rotate. You can rotate.
We're getting into the real Ace Attorney mechanics here.
I don't see anything weird on the sides there. This is a little... Oh.
Huh? Behind the altar is a secret compartment. Place your final bets. Drugs or counterfeiting?
Yeah, actually, I don't know. We were assuming drugs, but...
It's like, I could see it being a chemical, because the silver, I think, is going to be important. And that reagent Afu pocket. It's open.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, well, it's...
Look, Shen.
chemistry.
Chemistry. Which is also drugs, but like...
Sorta, kinda, yeah.
Drugs are chemistry.
It counts, sure, why not?
It counts. Look, Shen, there's a lot of containers and reagents in the secret compartment.
Was this all stuff that he stole from the lab?
Presumably, yeah.
It appears this is the true secret of the shrine. I wonder what got, like, knocked over when... What's-his-face?
Yeah.
Kicked it. Something horrible happened. Probably this.
Probably that thing, yeah. There are 3 bottles placed on this shelf, one of which has been sealed at the mouth. There's a black mark on the partition board that feels hollow to the touch. It's the result of corrosion. I can't read the label on the bottle clearly, so I'll open it.
Hafu.
There's a gunpowder smell.
Yeah, he did mention gunpowder smell, so that would be it.
I got it, Shen. This bottle contains concentrated nitric acid. The nose doesn't lie. The 2 pieces of steel soaked in reagent seems to
I can't
have
read
been
it, so I'll
corroded.
open it. Yep. Very nice.
Perfect science.
I wonder if Afu can read English.
Yeah, that is a question. Like, his idol is Sir Isaac Newton.
Yeah, presumably he could at least read, like, that label with the, chemical symbols. Like, he should know that at least. As a scientist.
As a scientist. One of the labels says, sample made by pig iron coal from Westphalia. The other label says, sample made by a mixture of Chinese coke breed and anthracite.
So he's trying to, like, replicate the tests on his own and verify that there isn't funny business going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try the other shelves.
A crucible, an iron frame, a funnel, a beaker, a conical flask, a drawer. These are all common appliances used for chemical experiments that are placed on this shelf.
Any specifics? No? I guess this is just a shelf.
According to the little bar, we've got almost everything, so.
Yep.
Ammonia, sodium hydroxide, there are all kinds of reagents placed on this shelf.
No, I guess that's it.
I didn't expect there was a whole set of chemical appliances hidden within the shrine.
So he was actually secretly conducting experiments instead of worshipping gods.
I never knew any of this.
Mr. Deputy Administrator, would it be possible to ask you a few more questions?
Go on, Mr. Shen.
Has Mr. Deputy Administrator ever seen these chemical appliances in the shrine?
I never knew that he was secretly conducting experiments. However, these appliances do look like the ones used in the laboratory. Have you been to the laboratory in the backyard yet? Is it possible that Foreman Ting borrowed these from the laboratory? I can't be sure, but Foreman Ting used to be the assistant to Mr. Robinson, the chemist there. Have you met Mr. Robinson, the chemist there? Later on, when we needed a foreman on the factory floor, Mr. Robinson recommended him. Which is a little bit of a weird thing after he stole from me, so I fired him.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it was more that he wanted to get rid of him. But,
I guess so, yeah.
I don't know, maybe he could have just, like, fired him and not gone through all that.
They did say because of that he lost his job, and then he became a foreman.
Is it not true that he is overqualified for the job as a foreman?
It is indeed more laborious and dangerous to work on the floor than...
Oh, your sound is cutting
Case
out a
in
little
point,
bit.
you know. Oh. Hello?
That's probably fine. Hopefully it was just a little blip.
Alright. However, he had great enthusiasm for steelmaking. Go on, Mr. Shen.
I recall you once said that he had always been studying open-hearth steelmaking technology.
Yes, he wanted to improve the formulation of steel to reduce cost and increase efficiency. The minerals obtained by our ironworks are mostly phosphate rocks left over by the Japanese. To produce good steel, we had to buy pricey phosphorus-free coke from the foreigners. Not only are production costs high, the quality has always been unstable. How are you doing that thing with your words? After we used open hearth process, the product quality has improved, but costs are still high.
Wasn't someone saying that costs have decreased?
Yeah, like the reporter just said that they got ahead in the market because they were doing it at lower cost. And then the rumors that the product was bad was what drove them down to rock bottom. King suggests replacing foreign coke with a mixture of Pingjiang coke breeze and anthracite.
Okay, so that would be the cost-cutting measure. Right.
The steel would then be refined in the open hearth furnace as phosphorus is removed. The open hearth process uses the alkaline, which is good at removing phosphorus. It's like, Afu, do you need a job? Nevertheless, this has nothing to do with the chemical applied. I'm sure it has nothing to do with it. Like, you just found out about this. You know what has to do with anything.
I heard from the workers that there was a problem with a batch of the products.
Ing's methods reduced costs by 1/3. We also did some tests on its mechanical property. The results are good.
I have to ask, what does coke mean in this context? I'm pretty sure it's not the soda, but I don't think it's cocaine either.
No, it's a specific, I don't know if it's literally synonymous with coal, but it's coal fuel.
Yeah, there's some kind of... I don't know the specifics either.
Yeah, it's, hang on, I can just look this up. It's therefore we trial produced a batch of steel rails. Good quality and low price helped us get orders from many rail. Okay, yeah, so it's specifically coal-based fuel with a high carbon content made by coal or petroleum in the absence of it. But that's when things went wrong? Ah, indeed. The test report from London came back, saying that there were quality problems.
That does sound fishy, especially since they said that they did mechanical tests and it was good.
Suspicious. The report says that the carbon content of the steel was too low to be durable. The phosphorus content was too high and has prospects of fragmentation. As a result, the construction company for the railways refused to our steel rails. The public also accused us of cutting corners on such an important matter. I felt so ashamed. I'm sure Foreman Ting was also under a lot of stress too. After that incident, Foreman Ting's condition hadn't been so good. So he was actually... Okay, yeah. Instead of worshipping gods.
Thank you, Mr.
Moral of the
Deputy
story,
Administrator.
if he had been worshipping gods, this wouldn't have happened.
Yep. Afu and I shall continue investigating following this clue.
Okay, so let's try to remember as much as we can. This
Yeah.
papers, thing,
Look at the
inkwell,
office. Yeah, there's...
clock. We can't see the entire board, and I
Yeah.
think he's doing that on purpose.
Yeah, it's entirely possible.
What if it's just like there's different number of incense sticks in the burner? That would be so funny.
It's also possible that we might have to point something out with the people, even though that's not technically something different about the office.
Yeah. Because, like, I did notice that Ting was wearing a headcloth in the picture, but it wasn't up. Seems quite peculiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so first let's take a look. Here, the altar
Is
seems
it the thing on the
normal.
wall?
What thing on the
'Cause-
wall? This?
Okay, there were two pieces of paper on the right, but one
Yes.
of them is a diagram.
Yeah, it's different.
heart
You're right. You're
furnace,
completely
yeah.
right. That's a different
All right.
picture.
It's a different thing. Shen, the blueprints on the wall changed. In the photo, a flowchart of the steelmaking process was placed above the map.
It's funny to me that they call that above.
Above.
I wonder if that's just some artifact of the Chinese language.
Above. But now it's a working drawing of the open hearth furnace.
Just I took a drink of water. Yeah. Furthermore, the map in the photo looks evidently more worn down. Oh, so the map was replaced too. That I didn't notice. Who did it? Why would they suddenly make such a change? Did
There
it
was
get, like-
evidence on
Yeah,
the map.
it got blood splashed on it or something.
Blood! When the incident occurred, I was in the office. The blueprints were switched out then.
Does she mean that she saw it happen, or that it had already been switched by that point? I think she means
I
that it
guess-
had already been switched.
Maybe we talked to her? And do you think this could be related to Foreman Ting's death?
Absolutely. It is hard to believe that there is no connection whatsoever between these two.
Okay, wait, yeah, no, hang on. I am confused that she said, I was in the office when the incident occurred, the switch then. I guess maybe she does mean before then.
Yeah.
She remembers with her photographic memory. Could it be that the suspect did it? Because, like, you know, she'd say it was so-and-so who did it if she had seen them.
丁教木有必要把流程图替
啊
换成施工图吗？
Hello!
Hi!
Thanks for
We weren't
joining us, I
expecting
guess!
you. We weren't
I
expecting you
didn't even
until
get a
bit
chance to
later.
read that dialogue.
I guess
不要
I
一
guess
直
he
这样
did, yeah! Shen's
So
like, we
funny
have a
that he's just
system.
like, yeah.
You wait until
能
I'm
不能不
having
要顾左
trouble
右而
in
言
the...
他？回答我。丁教木
Oh,
有
boy.
必要把流程图替换成施工图吗？
No. I don't think there was.
没必要。两个平炉都已经投产了，丁教木没必要再把施工图挂出来。从这个角度说，大概不会是丁教木换的，其他的工人也没理由这么干。除
So I
非
gotta say, yeah, the fact that we got
是疑
the
犯。
that little knife flash earlier was like, yeah, Shadow Shen's up to something, but
Yeah.
继续。疑犯有什么必须要替换图纸的理由吗？
To cover up traces, presumably. I
yeah,
could see it
think
being to
that's
destroy information, but I guess I could also potentially see it being to leave a message, but cover up traces seems like the most likely to me.
most likely.
难道是为了掩盖墙上的痕迹？不对，
Hmm.
图纸的大小和整体
I
的位
guess
置
to
都
like
不一样
yell at us if we're. Well, yeah, we were thinking it was like
疑
on
犯
the
有什
thing.
么必须要替换图纸的理由吗？
Okay, then
So the information that
information.
had been there was the flow chart, which I don't know if that makes any sense.
Okay, so here's my thought for either of them. Information could be if the flowchart revealed something about the process that they're making these rails that like, oh, this could actually be bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
To leave a message is like the killer had an accomplice. I have stashed the body here. Something like that.
I feel like
So
you're
I
right
could
with the
see that
information, though.
being-
I think we can try to pursue that.
Yeah, it's like that would be a hell of a coordinated, yeah.
显然，纸上有些信息是他不希望我们看到的。为了销毁它们，才把2张图纸都替换了。所以呢，是什么样的信息？照片中的2张图纸并没有特别之处，上面也没有手写的痕迹。那张地图
I mean,
甚至跟现在的地图是一模一样的。
if it was bloodstains, like that's what we were saying with the covering up traces.
这
He
说明
wrote something on them.
I'm not entirely sure what this means.
Yeah, I don't think that grammatically parses Shadow Shen.
What was concealed or left alone?
Yeah, we don't know. I feel like we've kind of got to. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say concealed,
Yeah,
but
that's what I would guess too,
I don't
but-
know what that means.
Something was concealed.
Like if it's something Ting
也
wrote.
许信息是通过某种隐蔽的方式存在的，
Apparently not, because it didn't do the flash.
Yeah.
比如用特殊方式才能显现的墨水，
He's
You
like,
wrote.
no, that's stupid. You're
纸张
stupid,
经过了某
Shen.
种特殊的处理。假设真
He
有
is
那
a
么隐蔽的信息
chemist.
也不用换图纸了。
I guess that's true. But they could have thought, like, oh, maybe
again-
someone will investigate this and we need to get rid of it.
这
Yeah.
说明
And also, we were given no clue what the question was.
Yeah.
So, which means I don't know.
只能是后留下的信息。说明
What does that mean?
Yeah.
昨天傍晚文记者拍照片后到京城，这期间被撕掉的图纸上出现了新的信息。
Okay, so at the time that the photo was taken, there was nothing weird. But at some point, something was added to the blueprints that the
In a
killer
very short
could not
time, like-
allow to stay
Yeah.
up there, and they had to replace it.
Yes. Yes.
It could be something like bloodstains or whatever traces,
Yeah.
but
It's just weird
Like
that
the-
they'd be calling that information.
yeah, the fact that they said it wasn't like to conceal traces makes me think that it was something else. Did someone like
Yeah.
write something on there? Like what would
Yeah,
that be?
that's what
I
I'm
don't know.
thinking. Something's got to be written on there.
所以，新出现的信息是什么？可能性太多了。不，疑犯隐瞒证据的理由
No.
只有一个：
To cover up the murder?
被隐藏的证据会暴露他的罪行。
Yeah.
有人一直在营造传说杀人假象，但实际，丁将木在坠炉时，
Okay,
大概
like
率已经遭遇
did
不
he
测。
did he finally do we finally have a case of I wrote the killer's name with my
这意味着，图纸上新出现的信息是
Dying message.
all of the above?
Yeah, all of the above.
We finally have it.
The suspect's name written in blood as the victim was dying.
Finally. We did it.
I mean, it's clearly it would have been something that points to the suspect's identity, not necessarily.
Yeah, I don't think it was
directly.
literally a dying message,
Yeah,
but like
I
it
don't
could
know.
like I
Like
think the
bloodstains would
suspect's
be
identity
kind
is,
of the most straightforward one, like that wouldn't
yeah,
make
and
sense.
we've been
but-
saying that it's just deeply weird
do
that
think
they
it's-
would call it.
Yeah, this whole exchange is phrased very weirdly.
Maybe it is bloodstains.
Yeah.
Because
I
that
don't know.
does seem like the okay, we whacked him on the head, we stabbed him, or now we got to cover up that.
But
he
again, that's
was
definitely
murdered
something that I
here.
would expect to be considered covering up traces.
Yeah,
is-
exactly.
Like
Okay,
that part was so weird to me. I'm gonna try
Fine,
the suspect's
maybe he
identity,
really did write
but
this. Maybe he
we'll-
did
we'll
this.
see.
He was like so and
图
so.
纸上出现
clearly not.
会暴露疑犯身份的信息。
Hmm.
名字、
He's like no.
指印，或者其他专属印记之类的。
But no.
印记同时出现在2张挨着的大纸上。
Okay, so blood.
Okay, so they're saying that
Yeah.
it was on both, and
Definitely bloodstain.
he had to replace both.
Shadow Shen, you are being
Something crazy about
incredibly
Johnson.
weird and not and cover up traces.
也有恰巧出现在纸张接缝处的可能。但更可能的情况是，这意味
Bloodstains.
着图纸上新出现的信息是
Okay, bloodstains. No?
可能性最大的是血迹。
Really?
Huh.
疑犯想要营造传说杀人的假象。如果车间里发现了血迹，他的诡计就暴露了。
I mean, I do think that if blood got on the posters, it would have likely gotten other places, like on the wall too, but I feel like that would have been easier to clean off than cleaning it off
Yeah.
of paper. So the paper they would have
Yeah.
had to replace, but the wall
Paper
they could have just
stains.
cleaned.
证据，给我一个能佐证你推理的
What do you mean,
证据。
give me evidence?
Oh, okay, that's why it's. Yeah, because I was like, you're really telling me it's a dying message?
是我之前没考虑过的。能侧面佐证
That
死者
makes
手
more
上流
sense
血
than
的
a
证据
piece of
是
identity. All
Proves
right,
that
I
the
guess we'll do
deceased
it.
was injured and bleeding.
All right, what have we got? The discarded uniform? Maybe? Question mark?
When was this that he was wearing a headcloth? Because he could have...
Okay, so that's the thing. In the picture, he has a head cloth.
Yeah, he's not wearing it,
He doesn't
yeah.
have it above his head. That could be why he's covered up. And actually, now that we think about it, the testimony, we saw him and he was wearing a head cloth.
Yeah.
That could be somebody else disguised as him
Yeah,
with the head
absolutely.
cloth up. I'm definitely here and alive. Let's obfuscate this time of death.
Mm-hmm.
So the discarded uniform is not covered in blood.
No, it is not.
No.
Stained with rust. I don't know how...
With rust.
Would it be possible to, like, you know, make the blood look like rust, or, like, cover the blood with rust so that it was hard to tell?
Possibly, like... This one is a tricky one. Indirectly prove that the deceased was injured and bleeding. Because I'm not sure that the photo does that exactly.
Well, we can't see it
I think it's
too-
interesting that...
Okay, we can zoom in. We don't see any... Well, anyway, his state in this photo wouldn't have really said anything either, right? Because he would have gotten injured
Yeah,
after
it's just that the
presumably.
head cloth isn't up. Which,
Yeah.
that's a thing that he says... We have heard from many people that he was wearing a head cloth, which is weird.
Yeah.
Because...
I mean, I think you also mentioned at some point last time that he could have been, like, wearing it to cover an injury or something. But,
Yeah,
again, I think the blood would have happened at the time of death. It is still very much possible that this
Yeah.
thing of him wearing a
The
headcloth
thing-
was just someone in disguise. Yeah, I don't know. The uniform,
Okay, so
maybe?
options for that, though, it could also be that, like, he was injured and bleeding. He was trying to get out. And the head cloth could be trying to escape without notice.
Maybe.
But I think there's a lot of steps of, like, why is he not being like, help, I've been attacked?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's rule out the ones that we feel pretty confident.
Okay.
I don't think it's
not
the
that, not
ladle.
that, not that,
the
not
ladle.
that,
Not that. No.
not that, not that, not that.
This is the evidence
This
we're
is-
interrogating, so
Maybe.
maybe that one.
Not that.
Not that one.
Probably
Maybe
not
that one.
Maybe that. Probably not, though.
And maybe that.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of options here. I'm not confident about any of them,
I
though.
could indirectly prove that the deceased was injured and bleeding.
I guess let's try the headscarf.
Yeah, I guess so. Narrow it down.
是的，早上丁将
I
木
guess
曾在
it's good that Shadow Shen can't send us into exile.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't send us to the Shadow Realm.
头巾的作用，可能是遮挡头上的伤痕和血迹。不过，这还不足以证实刚刚的假
It's
设。
not enough to prove it.
可惜，尸体损毁了，否则一验便知。 即便是假设，它至少能说明
It tells us
案发
that.
的第一现场很可能
Yep.
就在公事房。
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we were right. Take that, Shadow Shen. Shen? Shen?
Like, you've just been
I like how
standing
he's
there spacing out
canonically just
the whole
he is
time.
canonically dissociating.
Yep.
This is not happening in an instant. Are you alright? Did your headache act up again? Do I have to bribe you with silver pieces like that patrolman?
I'm fine. Just now, I have understood something. It is most likely that the office was the primary crime scene. The blueprints were switched out because blood splattered across them.
Which really should have been covering up traces.
Yeah, that was pretty weird.
Whoa, so that's what it was.
However, this is just a hypothesis. We need to find a way to prove it.
If blood spattered onto the blueprints, we should be able to find bloodstains,
We need to get
maybe
our
with some
luminol
kind of
out.
chemical reagent.
Yep.
That old Ace Attorney staple, luminol.
Yep.
But we didn't find anything at all, so it must have been wiped clean. If only we could find a way to test for it.
If only.
A foo invents luminol. Jen, I've got an idea. In my father's notes, I once read about an ammonia powder glows when it reacts with blood. If only we had ammonia. I never thought that this laboratory would have it. See, this one, the scientific name for it is 3-aminophthalhydrazide. I can try to prepare a detection reagent. Literally doing it.
That would be wonderful.
Let's go borrow Mr. Robinson's laboratory table.
So convenient
He's
that we just
right
have
there.
a lab available.
Just turn around, just shove everything he was working on off.
If it be true, yeah. Wait, what? Oh,
No, we gotta
to the
click laboratory table.
Oh, look at this.
Ah.
A mini game.
It's time to prepare the blood. Minigame time, yes. See, in Ace Attorney, the luminol is. The making luminol is. It's time to prepare the blood detection. Remember, left for items, right for weights. I have a system. I just need to follow my father's notes step by step. I'm sure it will be made perfect.
Alright, are these the notes? X to V
I
formula.
hope so. Okay.
Okay, so 0.2 grams
Wait,
of luminol.
the order is not in the exact.
How do we...
Well, first we need the weight.
I guess we need to put the weights first.
Yeah. So how much was it for number 1?
0.2.
0.2. Now we put it in that beaker.
Yep.
Oh.
40 milliliters.
2 is down in
of
the other
hydrogen
corner.
peroxide. Wait, what was that again? 40 milliliters.
Wait, hang on.
Wait.
Can you open it up again?
Oh,
Can you? Yeah, just to. I think you want to do the 6 grams first because it's marked with number 2.
okay, yeah. I don't know if the order actually... Cat, please move.
I think it
yeah,
does.
let's go in order,
I think it is important.
Okay, 6 grams.
6 grams of
NaOH.
sodium. Ouch.
So,
Just
I
grab
should
that
probably
whole
investigate
bottle.
What the heck is up on this side? Is there more stuff this way? What does the arrow mean?
No, that might be like once we have the ingredients.
Maybe.
Then we've got to like cook it. NaOH. Very dense powder. Oh.
Okay. 3 is 90
And then
milliliters
3.
of water. Wait, how do we get milliliters? Here we go.
Now do we? Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
These are
Okay.
a number. Okay. Put it in 120 and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
pour
yeah.
out the rest to 30. Yeah. We know this game.
Nice. That's fun. Okay,
And then
finally,
number 4.
40.
H2O2.
Yeah, so that's... where's
Okay.
H2O2?
If we want 40.
Yeah, I think we just put it in both of them.
Yeah. Classic me. The blood detection reagent is all done. Just another home run
Excellent.
from a foo.
Let us go to the office for verification. Alright. Off we go.
Move.
Mr. Deputy Administrator, we suspect that the office was the scene of the crime.
We need to detect blood. Shall we close the doors and Shall we close the door and windows and?
Oh, your sound cut off again.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
we're detecting blood now.
Okay.
I'm not ruling out the possibility that this guy is the one who did it and he was just really banking on us being bad at our jobs.
Yeah, could be.
As long as it contributes to uncovering the truth, do whatever is convenient for you two.
Just sprayed it willy-nilly. Oh my god, that's a lot.
That is, in fact, a bloodstain, yep. Look, Shen.
That is a
it's
weird
blood.
shape, though.
Blood on the walls. Yeah. Blood on the walls and on the floor.
I guess that big splatter in the middle could have been him, like, falling down and making
Yeah.
a bloody impression.
Could
But
have
what's
been
the
like
circle on the bottom right?
He was leaning against the wall.
That's such a... I don't know. It's a weird shape. It, like,
Very
makes, like, a
unique
Y shape.
yes.
So strange.
Yeah. Is everything that is glowing a bloodstain?
It appears that we need to reinvestigate this room. The bloodstains on the wall are mainly cast-off pattern bloodstains with a wide range. Preliminary judgment, the murder weapon was not a knife, but a blunt object instead.
Would the murder weapon be something inside this room? The statue? It really was the statue that killed him.
If it is an object in this room, the murderer probably committed a crime of passion. I mean, can we... There's also a whole bunch of, like, metal objects in that case, like steel rails and stuff.
Yeah, if only
Could've been
we
one of
could...
those. Yeah, we need to test all
If
this
only
shit.
there were some metal objects in this ironworks foundry.
And if only we could test them for more bloodstains.
Yeah, we just gotta test every single piece of iron in this factory. The wall with blueprints has cast-off pattern bloodstains. Expect.
The cast-off range is quite wide, so the murder weapon seems to be something that is very long.
Yeah, it might be like multiple hits.
Yeah,
Like
maybe.
one direction, another direction.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I'll
I
take
suppose.
down the map and paste it back on later. Huh? The bloodstain on the wall stops when it reaches the map.
Well, yeah, because there was another map on there before that got taken down.
Yeah, because it didn't
It was in
soak
the same
through.
place.
The murderer really switched out the blueprints to hide the blood. The murderer really did switch out the blueprints bloodstain. Shen's deduction is incredible.
I know, we're just that good.
It was all Shen and not the other guy.
Oh. I wonder if... Can you see if they have bloodstains on them? None of them
it
seem
means
to have
that they
bloodstains.
were out.
Hmm.
Because their name badge wasn't there.
There are 2 long cast-off pattern bloodstains on the board of name badges. The cast-off range is wider than any of the cases I have seen before.
Shen, the name badges are blocking the bloodstains. Shall I take them down and test them?
Oh, did we not get the stuff on them?
Yeah, we tossed them very, very light. We just splashed it everywhere and somehow...
It just missed
them
the name
perfectly.
badges specifically. Sure, but keep a record of the
Yeah,
hanging
Afu has
positions of
really
each
good
name
aim,
badge.
actually.
Yeah, very precise.
And he's very considerate. Yeah. Understood. The hanging positions could also be clues. I've already tested all the name badges, and there weren't any reactions to blood. So it means that those 4 were not there.
Yeah. The bloodstains on the copper board are continuous and unobscured.
Shen, does that mean that the crime took place before the workers started work?
Yeah, presumably. You are correct. And where's Old Lee's badge? Because he was presumably
Yeah.
here during the night. So if his badge is one of
Presumably.
those, then that would be kind of weird.
That's suspicious.
I mean,
We don't get to see
these
the,
2 big
the
blobs are the
pattern
most
of
suspicious to
names
me.
at the moment. Yeah.
Ooh.
There's a blurry blood stain on the floor with uneven thickness.
This is a swipe pattern bloodstain, left by the murderer when they cleaned up the crime scene. You see, those parallel lines at the edges are swipe marks. Scattered spots surrounding the blurry bloodstain that seem to be projected bloodstains. This is the result of blood colliding and splattering all around. Such traces often appear at the scene where the victim is repeatedly hit by a blunt instrument. Yeah.
And these 2 bloodstains look really strange.
What?
This one looks
Is
like a
that,
symbol drawn on the bloodstained floor.
Those,
Wearing something?
like, those marks almost look like the like, dipper candles from that case, remember? But I don't think it's...
Almost, yeah.
I don't think it's anything like that,
I don't
but
think
it
it's
is
that.
weird.
It is odd. The other one looks like a stamp, and it feels somewhat familiar. Yeah, the coins, maybe?
Yeah, probably.
Because I was like, that shape does look really familiar. And I'm thinking maybe the coin.
Yeah,
Something that
those
could
are...
leave such a large bloodstain could be the murder weapon.
Oh, was he hit with the bag of coins?
The big bag of coins. Yes, the big bag of coins.
It was the weapon. I wonder if that mark
Which
was
is,
also
again-
from the bag of coins? Like, was that a symbol that was on the bag?
Yeah, we might have to. I mean, we.
Well, I wanted to
have-
double check it in our... Actually,
Yeah.
do we even have that in our evidence? We have the picture
Yeah, we have
of it.
that one picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the round things I'm pretty sure are coins. I guess the
Yeah.
other big blob would probably be the imprint of the bag.
So again, they're doing the payday early. They were trying to get rid of the evidence.
I guess so. That is highly possible. Afu, this trace is very important and needs to be specifically recorded.
So it's looking like Ho so far, because Ho's the one who can actually dispose of the evidence. But Lee is a little suspicious if he okayed it. You know?
Okay, we're missing one more thing. Maybe in the corner here where it's piled? A blurry bloodstain on the floor. Must have been left by the murderer while cleaning the scene. Scattered spots surrounding the blurry bloodstain that seem to be projected bloodstains. They often appear at... Okay, yeah. You've seen that.
Yeah, hang on. Oh, do we have access to our court record?
I don't think we have it
now?
here.
Okay. Alright, so the blood stains are kind of obvious as clues. Can you click the statue? Yeah, can you click the statue?
I feel like if there was stuff to investigate elsewhere, we would have, like, looked at it outside of this. I think this investigation is just to look at
Probably, but
the...
I mean, now that we know...
Oh.
Shen,
Oh, so you're
I
gonna
have
say
a
that
bold hypothesis
that he was, like, hit with the statue?
with the statue.
Go on.
My instinct tells me that the murder weapon was the statue of Ganjiang and Mo.
The weight is appropriate, but the shape seems to be a bit short. Short? You can try to test it. Test it how, exactly?
I don't know, try to bludgeon me to death.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's what he meant.
There's no luminous reaction at all. I guess it wasn't the statue.
Okay, that makes more sense.
If only my instincts were as sharp as Shen's. I was like, as soon as a Fu said...
I do not rely on my instincts to solve cases, though.
No, I just wait for the voice in my head to tell me. But that did bump up our meter, so
Yeah,
that was one of the
seems
things
to
we
be
were
that we're
supposed to look at.
done, but... Oh, no,
What
no,
about the
there's
lamp?
one more thing. Okay. Lamp?
What about the
We
lamp?
can take a look at it. No, we can't. Look at this thing.
There are no bloodstains on the wall near the code of practice. Thank goodness. The Western style clock. There isn't any reaction to blood on this clock, which means it's not the murder weapon.
Oh, are we looking for the murder weapon now? Then
I
we
guess
can try
so.
to search some of these things.
Shen, do you think the steel rail sample on the display shelf could be the murder weapon?
You might as well try testing it.
Oh my god, it's covered in blood. I'm afraid I can't.
What is the matter? Is he out of solution or what?
We're all out, yeah.
Oh.
If the reagent is applied to the steel rail, the results might be inaccurate.
Interesting. We can read up about
So we
that.
can't test a steel rail. I actually, I think we need to look at that fact that we were just given.
Yeah, I wanted
Because
to go
it
through
might
all
be
of the
important for...
stuff that we've gotten. I feel like there's a bunch that were... Oh boy, it's a lot.
Yeah, we got a lot of things, okay. Furnace, yes.
Yep. Okay.
So this game is definitely set before 1970, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So that means that our in-universe knowledge knows the future.
Hmm?
Well, it's...
Oh, was it?
You know,
oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
in the diegetic interpretation,
I guess
it's like...
this knowledge is
in
not...
1970, wait, how do you know that?
Yeah. That's not from Shen's brain. This is just in the game.
Shadow Shen just knows the future.
Yep. Well.
So, I do
guess
feel like...
they didn't have to throw themselves into the furnace at
Yeah,
least.
exactly. In the fake suicide option, it's like you didn't try cutting your... I feel like we skipped a few steps here.
Yep.
Mhm. All right.
It's interesting that this is apparently like a real place.
Mm-hmm. So, suspect-wise, I'm leaning towards Ho and possibly Mr. Robinson together.
I think Mr. Robinson is also in on it.
Yeah, because Mr. Robinson's got a connection to the British testing stuff.
Yeah.
And if Tang had been testing the railways himself, like their rails himself,
Yeah.
he might be able to expose that their tests were illegitimate and yell at Mr. Robinson for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what's it? The thing is, Ho's the one who is giving away the potential murder weapon. Oh yeah, we definitely got to check and make sure that that symbol's on it.
Yeah.
I will say, I'm not sure if he was literally beaten to death with the coins, but the coins were definitely present.
Yeah, the coins were definitely there.
They are evidence.
And if that mark is from the bag, then the bag clearly had blood on it, which I think would imply that it was used as the murder weapon, but maybe not.
I mean, it could imply that the murder happened right, with the money. Money was...
Yeah. Hi, Kit! Welcome to the stream! Glad you could make it.
Hello.
Actually, let me take another water break. We're just reading up on some
we've got
cultural context.
Yeah, because I want to know why we can't use the blood detection on the steel, because I think that's going to be important for figuring out what the murder weapon was. I think the biggest thing is that I think the biggest thing is I'm not sure that a bag of money length and wields ability that they're implying.
Yeah, because he was saying that, like, the statue didn't have the right length. I would imagine the coin bag wouldn't either in that case.
The coin bag would be harder, yes.
Yeah. All right.
But it was definitely there. And again, we have the coins in our inventory to test for, so...
Oh, this was one of the games you wanted to watch, Kit. Yeah, you should catch up. It's been quite fun so far.
It's been a blast.
Okay.
Okay.
Slag, yeah.
All right.
Okay, different blood stains.
Yep. Some form of energy has been impacted to blood. So this is something with follow through. This is like a golf club. Okay. Due to iron.
Yeah,
okay.
I guess that would be why.
Highly sensitive, capable of detecting bloodstains. Okay. In the story, the use of luminol by is a fictional element, yes.
Wait, what part of it are they saying is fictional then?
I don't think luminol is like a real thing in exactly the way it's presented in these games.
Yeah, but like what is the real thing then? Because they say that it is highly sensitive and capable of detecting bloodstains. So like why can't it be used to detect blood like this?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I sort of
what is
I
the
sort
truth?
of thought that was a made up. Let's find out.
Well, I mean, they say that it's a
Luminol.
real thing. Would this game lie to us?
Okay, luminol with an
You
appropriate
need UV light, I
oxidizing
think.
agent.
That would make sense.
What?
That you can't just use it like just in the dark. The cop shows use a special light. That would make a lot of sense.
Oh. Yeah, that might explain it.
Also, actually, let's check out our thoughts, too. We haven't looked at these.
When luminol is displayed in activating oxygen, use in criminal investigation. Okay, hang on. Use in criminal investigation. Detecting the glow requires a fairly dark room. The blue glow lasts for about 30 seconds per application.
Okay.
So, any glow detected may be documented by a long exposure photograph. So that might be it. Shen, once I saw those rubber blocks, I understood everything.
I don't think it was the rubber blocks, though. Oh, the art. So yeah, this is your first time seeing the character portraits?
It's good art.
Yeah.
The pungent grayish-white powder we found on site was the residue from the burning of rubber.
Okay,
so
that
rubber
would make
will
sense
burn.
then. Yeah. You mean to say that the murderer had set up a rubber rod there as a railing? The rubber I have seen in the past is soft and incapable of supporting the weight of a person.
What we found in the warehouse was not just ordinary rubber, but vulcanized hard. At ambient temperature, it can sustain a person's weight and won't easily be.
So I thought I saw a steam train on the photos. Did I miss a classic murder on a train case? No, we have not had a murder on a train yet. We have traveled by boat, but there has not yet been a murder
there's a
on the boat.
steamboat.
Yeah,
there has not yet been a murder on the boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
But once the outlet shutter is opened and the temperature close by rises rapidly.
So glad we have Ahu here to explain all this science stuff to us.
Yeah, no, I will.
He just knows how rubber reacts to different temperatures.
He knows how rubber reacts to different things. It's like he's clearly doing a lot of the classic detective sidekick tropes in that he is wrong when he deduces things.
Yeah.
He's also got, the Ace Attorney sidekick tropes with probably a particular influence from Emma Skye from the Game 1.
He's definitely got that classic goofy sidekick energy.
He's got the classic goofy sidekick energy, but specifically Emma was the one who was running.
Yeah, she was the
We used luminol. I love science.
Yes.
But I will say, in the games, the sidekick is often not necessarily contributing expertise. In the Ace Attorney games, the Ace Attorney franchise, I mean.
They're more there for
Maya
comic
was
relief.
more there for her emotional character arc and to summon ghosts, which are real in
That
Ace Attorney,
is
but
true,
probably not in this game.
Yes.
Question mark.
Yeah, Emma was all about
Emma
science
obviously
and
had her own expertise, but Afu here is oh yeah, I can identify woods by smell. I know kind of tree, and I walked into this iron foundry. The administrator was oh, there's just.
Your sound cut out again.
Oh, sorry. There was a bit in the last episode where is the sound better now?
Yeah, no, you're good now, I think.
All right. There was a bit in the last episode where the administrator guy was "Oh, I'd explain to you how this iron thing works, but you probably lack the technical knowledge." And then Afu just comes out with perfect explanation. He's "All right then."
Yep.
So yes. Yeah, Trucy didn't also. She was not necessarily an expert. She didn't have her own area of. Occasionally, there were magic tricks that were helpful. Yeah. But even in the case that was about magicians, it was not really her magician expertise that came into play.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's they're mostly there to summon ghosts and occasionally do things, and mostly provide emotion. So Afu being a genius in his own is cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Rubber will then soften and deform, causing form and ting to topple over. From a distance, it would seem like the railing had suddenly disappeared. It appears the murderer is very familiar with what is stored inside the warehouse.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's the vulcanized rubber. They said was Lee's stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This isn't used for making iron at all. Oh, Lee had us store that here. Now, I will grant. Because, Shen, I know the principle behind the shrine unleashing its powers.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Well, I was saying, like, it's starting to sound more and more like a big conspiracy, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know that everybody would be colluding like this. We've got Ho giving out the money earlier, which has got to be for disposing of evidence.
Yeah, quite possibly.
I guess it could be an accident on his part. It could be like, again, Lee could have told him to do that.
Yeah.
I feel like it being a thing that they're doing early really does feel like, hey, we've got to get rid of this fast.
Yeah.
I feel like the strongest motive is going to come from Mr. Robinson, because if they get into a big fight, it'll be because of the iron testing. And Mr. Robinson's the one who has the most cause with that.
Yeah.
But Lee is the one who has the knowledge of the vulcanized rubber. But also, I'm not sure any of them could forge that into a, fake rail on such short notice in order to produce this thing, because we're presuming it was a crime of passion. Yeah, it's like that is one of the things with jumping in halfway.
Yeah, we're like in the middle of a case. There's a lot of context here.
We'll
so
try
you're
to
probably
drop
going to be very
context
confused.
as best we can. But like, we're assuming that this was a crime of passion, spur of the moment, and then the start of the case was, oh, this guy fell into the big steel furnace. It was probably the spirits that did it, or maybe it was suicide, and we're like, no,
Maybe he was sacrificing himself to the spirits.
Sacrificing himself to the spirits, yes.
Yep.
To make better steel.
Yep.
But we're like, no. We presented evidence to suggest that he was not, in fact, he didn't do that of his own will. In fact, he was dead
already,
by the time his body fell into the steel. So we've just found this huge blood stain, which does suggest he was murdered right here in this room. So they tossed him into the steel in order to cover up that. So it looked like, accident / ghost / suicide. Definitely not us bludgeoning him to death. So the point here is that if this was a spur of the moment thing, that cover up was very well planned out. It was very intricate. It involved this whole thing where the actual murderer time the release of this open sluice gate of molten steel so precisely so that the witnesses wouldn't see him as he hid behind the big ladle that was like moving in front of Bot. Like, this was a very, very intricate and well-timed thing. They would have had to take this rubber and forge it essentially into a new rail. So that requires some degree of technical knowledge. Like, it's not just like a random administrator who can do that. They planned this out. But, again, if it's a crime of passion, if it was a, oh shit, we just killed this guy and we need to cover up his body, like, the person who I think has the most motive is Mr. Robinson right now for that.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Okay.
Is it related to the chemical reagents inside the cabinet?
Exactly. The so-called powers of the shrine, is that... Oh, are we... I don't
are we supposed
think
to actually...
that Shen would know that.
Are we supposed to understand this?
I don't think Shen knows any of that. I think if he said fine.
I mean, presumably chemical smoke of some kind?
Presumably. Yeah, it was smoking. Ah Wu probably knocked over certain reagents, causing a reaction that produced smoke.
Can you think of the specific chemical reaction? What did the workers actually perceive? Smoke or fog?
You know, like this fog here. And you asked me too soon. Give me some more time to rethink this.
Do you think it's a cover-up, but also a spur-of-the-moment kill? I mean, they could have killed them in the spur of the moment and then had to
the actual
cover it up
death
after the fact.
seems to be spur of the moment. And then covering it up after the fact was, hey, we bludgeoned this guy to death. That's gonna look bad. We have to make this look like an accident.
Yep.
And that's where they do the dead body tip into the steel. You can't do an autopsy on a body if it's melted.
Yep.
It's the perfect crime. Yeah, like literally last time a coroner had been brought in from very far away specifically to look at this, and she's like, I don't know what they want me to do. There isn't a body. I'm leaving.
Yep.
Okay, so now we have
yeah, the thing
to...
was, the gunpowder smell was mentioned. That was, I think that was this one.
Okay, sure.
The nitric acid, right?
Remember when Ah Wu kicked the shrine? I bet he accidentally knocked over the concentrated
It
nitric.
was interesting. I just realized I think we're like choosing the dialogue option for Afu here instead of Shen, which is so unusual.
Yes. The acid has a gunpowder smell. When it evaporates, it produces a yellowish white smoke.
If that is the case, then Awu fell ill because he inhaled acid.
Yes, nitric acid harms the respiratory tract. Ah Wu was close by. He probably inhaled a lot. They're afraid of ghosts and don't know chemistry. It's easy for them to be superstitious.
Afu, that was good deducing.
Hooray! Afu did something!
Yep.
Classic me. He said that twice, which means it's now his catchphrase.
Yep.
After the incident, Old Lee had opened the conveyor door, so the suspect probably left through it? It means that if the conveyor is the elevator...
The splashes of molten steel make it impossible to pass through the stairs in front.
I mean, that's a ladder, Shen.
Yeah.
I know you've got the obligatory Ace Attorney ladder, step ladder.
Stairs is a new one, yeah.
It's a new one.
Shen throwing his hat into the ring.
Yes.
The ladder debate.
Actually, those are
Actually, they're stairs. For a long time after the incident, the conveyor door was the only way to leave the second floor.
Shen, I understand now. There were only 3 possibilities. The murderer was Old Lee, someone Old Lee covered for, or someone left the scene after Old Lee. Foreman Ting is really unpopular. Nobody likes him.
Wow, just roasting this guy.
We're roasting this guy like we don't have Lo Shi Wen.
Yeah, we need a new
It
person to
feels
play.
like everyone has a motive. Yeah, sorry. There are some details that will probably make more.
Apparently, worshipping the shrine behind closed doors was just a cover. Foreman Ting was actually conducting some kind of a chemical experiment in secret.
But there's a laboratory in the factory. Why didn't he just go there to conduct experiments?
I guess he was specifically hiding it from Mr.
Yeah,
Robinson.
Mr. Robinson.
Obviously, he did not want anyone to know. He must have had a reason.
So who's our suspect? Yes.
Yeah.
Then, doesn't this mean that the person who didn't arrive at the scene immediately after the incident is the most...
I honestly don't remember what order people arrived at the scene. I know we had multiple
the thing
people
is, I
say
think-
that they, like, came after the fire was put out.
After the fire was out. Like, okay, so we have been talking about, like, how long did it take for the fire to go out? Because basically everyone said, I didn't get there when the fire was out.
Yeah.
The thing is, Mr. Robinson never showed up at the scene, period.
That's
Like,
true.
we just met him.
Yeah. That is true. Even if that person is not Old Lee, it would be someone who is quite familiar with Old Lee. That is why he could predict Old Lee's behavior and use it to his advantage to carry out the plan.
I mean, the patrolman is the only one that we know really, like, knows Old Lee.
Yeah, but, like, they were hanging out together at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Old Lee would have found it suspicious if the patrolman had, like, come from the elevator, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, so I don't think they were hanging out exactly when... He was talking about a midnight. So this was at some point when he left. The incident bit was that Old Lee had opened the conveyor door
Yeah.
because he was like, oh no, fire.
Yeah.
So that's how the murderer would have gotten away.
That's true. That's a
So
good
I'm
point.
just saying, like,
Yeah, this was a
it would be
different
really
timing.
weird if it was the patrolman, because it's like, is that why he keeps asking us for bribes? He wants all of the evidence silver?
That's an interesting point, actually.
That would be wild, though. I don't think the rest of it is the thing.
Yeah, strange. And yeah, Shen's hat is a little bit more Western. He also, we had a little bit of a flashback case where he had more of a Western look. So maybe we'll see that eventually,
Yeah.
too.
He was at one point studying abroad in
he's
Boston,
well-traveled.
and he speaks fluent English.
Yes. He studied in the States, he's been to London,
Yeah, he's traveled.
been around the world.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
The existing evidence is enough for me to sort out some doubts.
But we don't really have a suspect.
or-
We get
or-
asked
is he
to
saying to
attend
go check this thing? Because I already just did that. We have already examined all the places that could be investigated within the ironworks. It is time to ask Deputy Administrator Lee to gather everyone for a discussion.
Oh no! I don't know that
I feel like we should
ready
probably
to accuse
end
someone yet.
here for
想必
today.
已有定论。
Because we're
what
going
time
into
is
like a
it?
whole separate thing, and we are 2 hours in.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
no
mean,
worries, kid. It's fine. Maybe you can
Peanut
catch up over
Gallery
the
is,
weekend.
is just fine.
Yeah, that's alright.
We're-
I love the girl's outfit. She's so cute. Yeah, I know. I love her ringlets. The hair is so cute.
She's a plucky reporter.
Yeah. Alright, I do think
There's
this is
a
probably going to
decent
be a good
chance
place to end.
Well, I mean, how long do we think that it's going to be in the... Because, like,
This deduction
allegedly
section?
we're done with investigation.
That's true, but I mean, the, like, court sections can still be pretty long. I don't know. You think
They-
it'll be short?
they can
I mean, I
be,
guess
but,
this is our
like-
first one, or this isn't
Yeah.
our first one. We already had part of it,
It's-
so this is only going to be part.
Yeah, it's like, the thing is, I get that, we don't want, entire doing
Sorry,
this.
your sound's being a little weird again.
Oh. I mean, I get, given the time that we usually end these streams, it's like, okay, we probably, like, want to find a stopping point before 10, but, I don't know, there's sort of a point where this game might be long enough that, if we don't push forward, we're going to be at it for a while.
I mean, I don't have like a deadline to finish it by.
That's
we
true.
we can keep going.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess.
I'd be cool sticking around is, I guess, what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys want to keep going? I guess we can keep going. Let me just get some water. All right, I guess let's see if we can do this.
事不
A
宜迟，
little bit
还请
farther.
即刻开始吧。
I at least want to figure out who our suspect is.
Yeah.
Like, we got the other ones pretty quick.
我
We
们可以
were
确定丁教母之死是一桩凶杀案。
a murder.
丁教母坠楼的平楼2层视为第2现场。凶手利用机关使丁教母的尸体于
A
众目睽睽之
mechanism,
下坠入
or,
钢水包
as
中，
we said, a
做出自杀的
contraption.
假象。所谓凭空消失的栏杆，其实是由橡胶削制的假栏杆。
Native leather.
我们在工厂的仓库中发现了一批硬质橡胶块。
I love the voices so
还
far
有
for
加
the
工它的
characters.
痕迹。
Yeah. Good voice acting. They also had English voice acting in the London section, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
这种硫化后的橡胶在室温下不会轻易变形。当钢水流出时，附近的温度迅速提升，橡胶逐渐变软。软化后的橡胶栏杆无法再支撑任何重量。
丁教母的坠楼引发了爆炸，橡胶栏杆遇高温燃烧殆尽，凭空消失。现场的灰白色粉末，便是燃烧后的残留物。仓库的那批橡胶是枪炮厂暂存在本厂的。
I'm short here. Temporarily.
I wonder what the details of that arrangement are. Like, why do they want us to store those here?
不料
Weird.
竟被别有用心之人利用。
Ulterior
这可以
motives.
说明凶手对仓库所存物品了如指掌。
Yeah, like, clearly we have multiple things pointing to the murderer just being extremely familiar with this place in
Yeah.
general, with how the
Yeah.
people behave, with how the, like, processes work, with all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Why are they making rubber blocks? They're
Like, it
not, that's the
definitely-
thing. Like, I think he said that some other organization has, like, asked them to store them here for some reason, which is
Yeah.
really weird.
They might be just like desperate for money.
Maybe.
事故发生后，填料工老李难耐闷热，不得已打开过送料门，所以凶手只需在老李走后再乘升降机离开，就可以上演一出金蝉脱壳。
Yeah, it's either a coworker or the boss. I mean, pretty much everyone that's involved in this works at this forge, so
Yeah.
that was pretty much a given.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only outsiders here are like us and the reporter lady, and I'm
reporter
pretty
lady.
confident that it's not her.
It was the perfect cunning mastermind. She had us all fooled.
怎么老李
Yeah.
没发现他？
Yeah, she came in to do her report and like did a survey of like everything that goes on there and just immediately understood everything because she's just a genius.
Yeah. I think of the people who would have the practical know-how, I think old Lee is probably the most suspicious because he's the guy who does hands-on stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm like, there are so many other angles to this case, I don't want to say it's definitively him.
Yeah, there's a lot of options.
And we haven't even gotten into who the name tag
完
to
美的
know
厨
who
师
Yeah, we
was
never
not
clarified that.
there. Yeah.
The entire factory did it and they got sick of the victim. Yeah, it's just a whole
I mean,
conspiracy.
Yeah,
It's not
there
impossible.
is kind of a weird. The weirdest thing would be like, why the hell did they call?
Why did they what? Your sound.
Well,
It's gone
I
again.
mean, okay, so I've been saying that there's a non-zero chance the administrator is involved, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it feels like the only reason he could have brought us in to investigate was he was really confident.
Yeah.
But like he
Because we've
doesn't.
been just here like,
The thing is, he doesn't seem nervous at all that we're making progress.
yeah,
so
yeah,
I'm
he
assuming
doesn't.
it's
Like
not
you'd
him
think
then.
that as soon as we're like, oh yeah, we invented luminol, splash, look at all these blood stains,
Yeah,
he'd be
yeah.
like a little worried.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem to mind. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's not involved.
Yeah, I mean the other two, the two who
必然躲
witnessed
在这
it
个地方。
Yeah.
really have to not be involved
Yeah, pretty much.
because there's no point in faking their witness.
Exactly. Yeah, like they seem pretty reliable.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't we already do that?
We did, yes. It was in the little by the wall.
Yeah, that's what we were originally
Right
saying.
there,
I mean,
the only place that wasn't burned.
yeah, it must have been there. Wait,
怎么可
what?
能会是这里？大侦探还是再想想
Oh,
吧。
come on! Different one, the Iron Heap now, I guess. I guess it's gotta be the Iron. This isn't a review question. Why is that such a splashing noise? It's gotta be under the Iron Heap because it was covered in... Wait, is it the bulk material heap? Shit.
No, it was the iron heap that was covered.
Yeah, the Iron Heap because it was all the rust.
铁料堆上盖着一块巨大的防尘布，凶手和尸体当时就藏在此处。
Okay,
oh, we're
so that
sorry,
wasn't
I missed. We're
review.
saying where was the murderer hiding before the thing, not after.
I guess so, yes.
Okay. When would he have gotten there, though?
It's like early.
Okay, so if the murderer was hiding in there with the body, then the discarded clothes would have been the murderers, because they changed out to, you know,
So,
not look suspicious.
so that suggests not O or the patrolman or Lee because they wouldn't be wearing that uniform.
Yeah.
Unless they put it on specifically to divert it.
Yeah, not impossible.
But
Maybe if they were dressed up as Ting with the headscarf and stuff.
yeah, because that was the thing that looked like, oh, I'm here establishing proof of
Yeah,
life.
exactly.
I'm definitely.
But how would they have like identified themselves as Ting in that case? Like if
I
people
think it
saw
would've
that and
just
were like,
been-
"Oh, it's Foreman Ting," presumably it's because they saw his face, right?
Presumably, like we have had switcheroos before. But I
we
think
had a
that this one
switcheroo
would be
between two
harder.
people who looked very similar and were literally
Who were
related
basically
and
identical.
had a fake mustache. Like
Also
that's
that.
much easier to fake than just like this random guy.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that. But I think that the Foreman Ting was wearing his head
Yeah,
Like,
that's definitely suspicious. Yeah,
literally somebody else is pretending to be him.
yeah. I'm just
maybe it's
wondering
like he's the only
how
one-
how they would have sold that disguise. Like,
Yeah, it's just
did
like maybe
did
he's
Ting
the
have
only
some kind of
one-
identifying features that the murderer could fake? I
I
don't know.
don't really think so. I think it would have just been he's the only one who's here at the time.
The person could have covered up his face with a scarf. I mean, but that's the thing. Like that wouldn't have helped. Then it would have been like, oh, there's this mysterious person that we can't
Here's a
recognize at
person
all,
with a headscarf.
rather than like this is Foreman Ting. You know?
Yes.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. I think it might just be who else would be here at this hour.
Yeah, I guess maybe just by context or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He was going
But yeah,
into
the
his
disguise
office. 'cause
is
he
definitely
does
still
that.
on the table. But I'm just not sure how they would pull it off.
马丁炉烧一炉钢需要4个时辰，只有开始时需要添一次铁料，后面只添辅料。
But it also likewise does seem to suggest that it's not
填完
Lee
铁
if
料后
to
就
hide
不需要
from
再
him.
去了。
So the fact that the uniform has the rust means that Lee would have had an easier time.
这凶手倒是很
Yeah,
熟悉
quite
炼钢的流
familiar.
程
Yep.
若依沈先生所言，凶手是老李，岂不更省事？
Well, you're kind of quick to pass the buck there, so I'm not sure anymore.
也是，整个2层只有他一个人，想藏尸体易如反掌。
But he wouldn't have to hide with the
不是
body.
我，
我老李是无罪代加版，太冤枉了呀！沈先生，这你是最清楚的，真的不是我呀。
Yeah, because that uniform.
考虑到这个证据，
Yeah.
我认为老李不会是凶手。
Yeah, okay, we got this one.
Wait, hang on. Considering this piece of evidence, I believe that he's not the murderer.
Yeah. Because he wouldn't have to hide.
Yeah, I
under the
guess,
gargoyle.
because he would have just been like, yeah.
It's like, who would he have been hiding from?
这件沾满铁锈的新工服被人丢在了仓库里。工服只有前胸和膝盖处沾了大面积铁锈，
And otherwise
同时还
the
有划痕，
uniform looks new,
其
is
他部
that
位
what they're
均无
saying?
劳
Yeah.
作痕迹。
Yes.
铁锈只有铁料堆中的废钢上有，
Nothing else in this
而
entire
痕迹分布也符合在铁料堆中
this
趴着的
entire
姿势。
factory is rusty.
如果凶手是老李，他没有必要躲在铁料堆中。
He's like, joke's on you, I do that for fun.
的确没必要。他的工作本来就在2层，而且老李身上沾铁锈也没什么稀奇，反而是平时不穿工服，身上不该有
It
铁
doesn't-
锈的人
yeah.
才会这么做。所以凶手很可能不是工人，
Someone, yeah, okay.
但他又很熟悉
Back to
仓
the
库中的物品
administrators.
和炼钢的流程。
I think the audio is a little bit behind. It's not a huge deal, but I think I might restart the capture part just to fix it. Just do a quick
Alright.
little boop.
So
let's see
thinking
that
about
out.
this, didn't Ho say that he's in charge of the inventory stuff?
Yes, I think so.
So there you
林
go.
小姐，还
It
要
is
加上
always
可以
he
伪
that
造
smelts
接
it who dealt it.
Yeah, because they would have, this guy would have had to copy Ping's handwriting.
Yeah. But we gotta look at his inventory thing. He's got
凶手不
See
仅会
writing
写
skill.
字，还善模仿他人笔记。
Hmm.
Do
看来
we
沈先生
have
心中已
proof
有
of
定论，
anyone?
时间紧迫，还请快快揪出凶手。
Yeah.
Oh,
Do we have
no.
any evidence that someone can
Can we
copy
pull
people's
up our
handwriting?
evidence?
I don't think we can actually. No, I think. I mean, I definitely think Ho is the most suspicious right now,
Ho
but
is the most suspicious.
we don't we don't have evidence that he can
Imitate
imitate
handwriting.
handwriting.
Okay, like let's go
It's
through
still
this. Like,
homicide
Mr.
without Ho. Nice.
So I'm trying to think because we saw him write like, his ledger, right? That was a whole close-up. Do we remember specifically what that was about?
No, I don't think we commented on it really.
I think it was at the start of this session.
Yeah,
even.
yeah. I remember seeing the booklet. I mean, that was the
Yeah.
desk where he was like passing out the wages, so maybe it has something to do
Yeah.
with that.
Well, I mean, again, the thing that's suspicious about the wages is that everybody Oh man, we didn't even check the photo.
We did not
We
check
didn't
the photo,
check the
no.
photo for the symbol.
Yeah, we should check that. We have Mr. Robinson. Yeah, he's the chemist that works at the lab. He speaks in
Okay, well, I
very
will-
strange language.
Yeah, I will say I would not buy Mr. being able to forge Chinese characters.
Yes,
you
I
know?
agree.
Like, let's not even get into the imitating to the basic. Can he write fluently enough in Chinese?
Yeah. I mean, I think I would have to go with Hope, but I don't know. I don't have like evidence to back it up. I don't think. I love
Yeah,
how you
I
can
mean,
blame yourself.
my-
Yeah,
my-
that would be very funny.
My instinct is like I do remember a specific, like, he's got a lot of rules. Like, he's got, like, I think it's like a character aligner that, like, use it to, like, write cleanly down. And the note was it even, hang on, the note had, like, a border around the paper. I remember that. Were we, I'm gonna just, like, rewind the stream. Hang on. That was pretty
That's
early
fine.
on.
We don't need to.
We don't
need to look
but,
at.
But
the
like,
past
if he
prints.
literally has a piece of paper that matches that, that would be decent evidence, you know? Like it.
Well, let's
came
just go
from
for it and
his
see
notebook.
where it goes.
Take a risk.
Yeah.
本案最大的嫌疑人是你，何先生。
We do not know if that's a good silence or not.
何思氏倒是完全符合每一个条件，尤其是模仿笔记。
Thank
Why-
you,
why do you say
journalist
that?
Wen. I knew we had evidence.
许恒，这是怎么回事？
大人，我想，沈先生应该是弄错了吧？
Of course. That's what they all
think
沈
say.
先生推理成立，丁将木被人杀害后，凶手又将遗体拖上平楼2层。可在下区区一介书生，手无缚鸡之力，他
Evil
是办不到的。
scholar.
这并不难，你只需借助这件物品即可。
Yeah, the crane.
辅料填进炉子后，有半个时辰空闲。这期间，老李通常会离开车间。你知道老李的这个习惯，于是你趁老李不在时，启动吊钩，将尸体运上平炉2层。
Oh. We got him.
That looks
沈先
like a
生
guilty
就认为在
face.
下是
Yep.
凶手，那便当在下是凶手好了。
Wow. So you're fine with that? Okay. Well, you're the
Yeah,
murderer
he's
then.
like, actually, I'm happy
许恒
you accuse me of.
沈先生
I'm
受本办之托
winning.
查案，检举可疑之人是职责所在。你若有异议，能自证清白，那是最好。
会办大人不必强求何思氏自证清白。
He's like, yeah, if he wants to just admit his guilt, that's fine too.
Yeah, no,
国
it's
际怀疑
cool.
何
We
思
can
氏
just have an easy
自然
one.
会举证证明。
君子不
We
可
are
辱，
winging
善
it
人不可欺。沈先生
the
就不必
ace
惺
is
惺
turning
作态。
way.
既然如此，何先生可愿与沈某辩论一番？
真金不怕
That's
火炼，
right.
身正不
Debate
怕影斜。
rules. We got the rebuttal. We've got the opener.
Ooh, the
We'll time
face.
it.
敢问沈先生怀疑在下
Oh,
的理
that-
由是什么？
沈某之所以视何先生为最大嫌疑人，是因为何先生最
What?
为符合前序调查所总结之凶手特征。
Why is this like fast
在下
forwarded?
也曾读过《穆勒明学》一书，
I-
知道推
I
论调查
don't.
逻辑，气力不大，熟悉仓库，懂
They're
炼
just
钢。
doing
关
this
Is
by
this like a
themselves.
really long lose condition?
在下的确是符合条件的，不过，这不等同于我就是凶手吧？这炉钢轨的主要
Well,
成分为
yeah, we
铁
know.，
且十分坚固，此为它的特征。
Oh,
但不能
what?
说所有铁质坚固的东西都是钢轨吧？
Oh,
这是一个
what?
典
I'm
型的推
deeply
论谬误。沈
confused.
先生
I think we're
说
timed.
What is happening? I think we're losing.
What?
怎么，沈先生无话可说？
I don't know what
看来
this
是非
is.
I think this is
钢
timed.
轨的主要
Did
成
we
分为铁
lose?
且十分坚固，
Steel rail is very
此为它的特
sturdy.
征。但不能说所有铁质坚固的东西都是钢轨吧？这是一个
你这是在以偏概全，片面的根据铁质和坚固这两个特征，又岂能推出整体？
沈先生不也是如此？众盲摸象各说一端，不与明眼人又作陌生。
不对，
What?
怎么不对？沈先生所谓凶手的特征，不过是将一些散乱的信息无中生有的拼凑起来吧，根本毫无逻辑可言。
I'm so
你
confused.
I
才
think
是
I might have
真正
picked the
的
wrong
以偏
one.
概全。
Yeah, is
炉
this
钢轨的
is
主要
this
成分为
like
铁且十分坚固，
人是人，钢是钢，人的行动具有复杂性，其所反映出的特征，又岂能与钢轨相提并论？
did we guess wrong?
沈先生，我只想知道，你是否认为所有铁质坚固的东西都是钢轨？
当然不全是，但
同理，谁也没法认定熟悉仓库、晚到现场的人就一定是凶手。人与钢之间的差异的确很大，但是人与人之间也千差万别。你所列的种种凶手特征，也只是众多可能性中的。
Like this does not seem like we're winning.
可是
仅凭少数几种可能性就认定某个人是凶手，这是不是太草率了呢？
Okay, well, it's gotta be this one then.
刘先生这是在偷换概念。
I think we're turning into Danganronpa here now.
而非凶手。
I am so
具备凶手特征的
confused.
人不必然成为凶手，但凶手
I don't even know what the heck they're talking
满
about.
足此类特征的人之中，
They feel like they're
Yeah,
talking some
no,
kind of
this
steel
is-
metaphors.
都有成为凶手的嫌
It's
疑。
very hard to follow, especially when you're
一口一个
timed.
嫌犯，一口一个凶手，这才是真
And
正的
it's
偷换
also
概念。
like I could have sworn we
你
had
所谓的
picked
推理
all of
都是
these
基于证据
ones,
的猜测而已。
still losing.
其实没有证据能证明
Or
发
like
生了
we've
命案
gone.
吧。
Oh god, okay.
凶手心里小用吊钩是基于
The blood stain in the
是因为
office.
在这公
Yeah.
事堂中发现了血迹，这里才是案发的第一现场。
这怎么可能？
阿福制作了一种鲜血试剂，遇血之后
Okay,
会发
no.
光。
哪有这样的药剂？我怎么没听说过？你不过是在虚张声势。
会办大人可是亲眼见证了我们调查的过程哦。若还不信，要不要我当面测给你看啊？即便是很久以前的擦洗过的血，也能显现出来哦。
很久以前，
Oh, is he gonna say that there was an incident here before?
And maybe it was just, yeah, a long
阿
time
福小
ago.
兄弟说的没错呀。那可能是
Well,
很久之前
no,
的
you're
痕迹
wrong, because the posters
说
were
是很久以
replaced.
前的
Yeah.
痕迹，怎能认定昨晚发生过命
Yeah,
案
it's？the
没有
posters.
证据能证明
Because
这
of
些
the
痕迹是
posters.
昨晚。
我
Push
能
up
证明事
blueprint.
件的时间。公事房门边墙上的血迹
Okay.
和图纸处就中断了，图纸后面的墙上也没有发
Sorry,
现
I'm
任何
not
血
really
迹
reading chat, by the way. I'm too busy reading this.
Yeah, no, there's too much going on.
中断部分的血迹存在于被换掉的图
We
纸
do
上，
not have
而墙上图纸
time.
被替换的时间就在
And we're on 1 health.
那也说明不了什么呀。
Yeah, we gotta
谁
save
知道
as
被
soon
替
as
换
we
的图纸
have
上
this.
是不是早就有血迹了呢？我印象中的那两张图纸可是无
We
形
do
No,
know
we
because
got
we
the
have a
photograph.
photo.
你还是没有意识到问题的关键。我之所以能确定图纸被换的时间，是因为昨天傍晚文记者曾拍下公事房的照片，照片中墙上贴的是旧图纸，上面并没有
Oh,
血迹，
we're winning now.
说明血溅的时间就在昨晚。
沈先生能言善辩
Okay.
是在下输了。
Okay, well, we got it.
Save, like, immediately save. I gotta say, that was the longest period of, like, did we just accuse the wrong person?
I think most of it was fine except for that first one. Because I think it was just
Yeah, the
worded
The first
very
one was
weirdly and
expecting us-
vaguely, and I had no idea what they were actually saying.
well,
Like,
the
they just
thing
threw a
is,
whole
it's
bunch of
not-
dialogue at us that I was just like, what are you even talking about?
It wasn't based off of the case. It wasn't us.
Yeah, it
throwing
wasn't
out
like evidence. It was
quickly.
just like,
It was no, literally the rules of debate. You've got to know what fallacy this. And I'm like, wait, what? While it's going so quickly, I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
know
I imagine
what you.
it was like the dialogue was sped up. I think it might be because of differences in like language timing between the. Although no, the voicing is still in Chinese, so like, why would they have to speed it up? I guess
Yeah,
maybe
and
they
the
just
thing
wanted
that-
it to go faster.
And the thing that gets me is that, you know, when they introduce interrogating testimony, it definitely was, you know, familiar to anybody. We'll go through your testimony piece by
Yeah, like I
Present-
assumed it was just going to be like a
Taught me
cross-examination.
they explained the rules. This one they were just like, shall we have a debate? Yes, let's go.
Yeah. All right, time to go.
It's like,
Actually,
what?
what this reminds me
I
of
hope you studied
even more
up.
than Danganronpa is Your Turn to Die, if anyone's played that. That also has similar, like, time debate mechanics, where you have to choose the right
I hope
option
you
before the
studied
time's
up
out.
on your
Yeah.
logical formalism.
Oh boy.
这么说，你是认罪了？
That was
此
fast.
言差矣。在下只是输了辩论，何罪之有？
I lost the debate. See, that debate
况且
was stupid
刚
and
才的辩论
pointless,
完
but
全建立在一
also
个假
if
设
you
之上。
lost, you'd have died.
什么假设？
小兄弟所谓的事迹，确实可以验出血迹。
I mean, we can test this
我
right
曾受
now.
雇于厂办化，
You want me to
自
spill
是一
some
部
blood?
西洋书籍。
Yeah, let's do it.
荧光染料是见过不少。
Yes,
浴
I
血能
will
发
say
光
the
的事情
music
可闻
is
所未闻。
very Ace Attorney, very good, but also has a nice, unique flair. I really enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
说不定，那只是白水变色之类的街头戏法。
We can test
我的
it.
事迹怎么就成街头戏法了？
So offended.
Kabu's like, oh, there's
主要
about to
成
be a
分
murder.
是卢米诺和双氧水。血液中的铁能催化双氧水分解，生成单氧。
He just has these on him. He's just like, okay, pull out the whiteboard.
单氧又能氧化卢米诺，才使它发光的。
Huh.
你既然读过书，应该知道这其中原理吧？
也就是说，所谓显血，实际检测的是铁喽。
Is he gonna say it's all
Well,
just
there you go.
iron filings or something?
It's
是
an
啊，
iron
即便
place.
是微量的铁也能检测出来。
Afu, no, we're losing the debate.
小兄弟，这里是铁厂，
Little
到处
Afu.
都是铁。
Poor Afu, he's 19,
钢
so
锭、铁器之类的，一般不会误报，往往是铁锈或者含铁的试剂会导致误报。
这些老丁背着骆炳生先生在公事房里做实验，还引发过爆炸。
I mean,
Okay,
that's
so how
somewhat
do we
of a fair
disprove
point,
that?
but I feel like the patterns were very bloodstainy.
and
若是
also
碰见了
we've
某
got
种
the
含铁的试
coins.
剂，
Yeah.
有违可知啊。
这倒也有可能。
Actually, speaking of the coins, we wanted to check the photo.
Yeah, let's actually check on that now.
God damn it. Ah! Details.
Yes, that is
Yep, that is definitely the
Is-
symbol.
absolutely the symbol. That is absolutely the symbol that
But, like,
was
what
in
is
the
it-
blood stain. Okay,
What is
so
that made of that it would like leave an impression? Is it like?
embossed.
Yeah, I guess.
It's fancy embroidered.
Yep. Okay, yes, it was definitely
Okay,
the coin
so-
bag.
Coin back.
但血迹形态，
你都不能确定那
I
是
mean,
不是血。
why would the blueprint be
血迹形态。
replaced?
沈先生的推断，实难令在下信服。
Well, you don't really have to be convinced.
许衡所说也有一定道理。
大人，依在下之浅见，沈先生所分析之种种，都只是他的臆想罢了。人命关天，此事若是处理草率，难免将来督办大人怪罪。
So, how do we
事
get
不
around
宜操
this?
之过急。
Time to bluff.
先生，都怪我考虑不周。含铁的试剂确实可以让卢米诺发光。现在和司事坚称没有发生凶案，感觉会办大人快要被说服了。我们该怎么办？
咱们再想别的办法证明。
Another
没有
way.
尸体，血迹又
No
不被认
corpse,
可，
no bloodstains.
还有什么能证明这是凶杀案？
Mm. I'm like, we've already talked to Shadow Shen. Is he gonna show up?
I think
Be
he's gonna
like,
show
no,
up
you're
at
on
some
your
point
own.
eventually.
凶器，
Yep.
Murder
取出
weapon.
凶器，也能证明发生了命案。
不愧是先生，那么快就有了思路。
啊，
Right away.
可是这么短时
After a
间，
very long
怎么
pause.
找凶器啊？
We also like can't
对手那么
leave.
狡猾，肯定已经把凶器销毁掉了。
Oh,
凡有接触，
the silver
哦
coins,
必有
yeah.
痕迹。证据不是不存在，
All
只
right,
是
let's
未
do
被
our
发
thing.
现。
Undiscovered.
以本物之相，及本事之相，次第安顿于各处所。 这个图形
That
看起来竟有些眼熟。
yeah,
会留下这么
that
大血迹
weird
的东西
thing.，
应该是凶器吧？
我知道了，凶器是
Okay, I
do we
guess
just
it
present the
is.
coins? We don't have the
Do
bag.
we have we? Okay, we should save right now because we only
Can
have
we?
one health.
I don't think we can.
We can't.
I
Oh
think we
no!
should. I think we probably need to present the photo because that has the actual bag of coins in it. I don't think the coins themselves would work. I would go for the photo.
Can we see what the flavor text is for the coins? Because I think that this was insisted on giving us coins in grade silver coins made in Hubei.
We can also check the
Which
description of
was-
the photo to see if it mentions.
Yeah.
coins. No. I would still go with this though. I'm doing it. We
Are
might
you sure
die.
we can't save just for like? I think
I
you're
don't think we
right,
can.
but oh god.
Oh wait, no, there's a
Also-
close. There we go. We can save.
Yeah, same.
Saved.
Okay. Yeah, it really does have to be the bag of coins. Got the
Yeah.
impression and everything. It's just hopefully this is
大人，沈某不仅找到了凶案现场，还找到了凶器。诸位请看，关键线索就隐藏在这张照片中。
Oh
It's
wait,
hidden
wasn't
within
it?
this
We
box.
also
Perfect.
mentioned that he had been that the coins had been carried in the head covering, right? That Ho had been carrying them in
Wait.
the right? Or am I misremembering something?
Oh,
That there was the like head
we did
scarf on the table
we did see the
that
head
we said
yeah,
was
there was the head
used to store the coins because he had gotten rid of the bag.
Yeah. Well, because the bag was covered.
The
with
bag
blood,
was covered
of
with blood,
course.
exactly.
And
we got rid of the bag
We
and
did
then
point out it was suspicious that he had a head cloth because that was a key clue.
well, no, Ting was the one who was suspicious for having a head cloth, but
Well, yeah, but
maybe-
I'm saying that like if Ho was pretending to be Ting,
oh yeah,
then the fact that he has a head
yeah, the
cloth
fact that
links.
because like he doesn't wear the worker's uniform, so it's
Yeah,
weird for him
exactly,
to
so-
have that like head scarf.
And it's
thing.
especially weird for him to be carrying the coins.
Yeah.
沈先生，这张
Unless
照
that
片
bag
有
is
何
covered
玄
in
机？
blood.
还请直接指出。
Okay, we got this one.
诸位请看，这是钱袋上的汉阳铁厂标志。公事房地面的血迹中有2处花纹，其中一处的符号与钱袋上铁厂标志的下半部分完全吻合，而另一处则是银元上的花纹。
什么钱袋？什么银元？
Seriously.
The ones
何
that
先生
you've been
这
handing
钱袋
out.
不是凶器，你为何要用头巾包裹工钱呢？
Yeah, there we go. Why did you wrap them in a
许
head
王
cloth?
照片中的钱袋本办认得，的确是你常用之物。这到
He
底是
uses
怎么回
this
事？
one money
你的钱
bag.
袋呢？
Where is it?
会办大
Where
人，
is it, buddy?
何司是建议您提早发工钱，表面上是为了安抚人心，
He was
实
getting
际上
rid
是
of
为
the
了销毁凶
evidence.
器。
Yep.
这个行为足以说明，你就是杀人凶手。
Pause for so long. Oh, is it gonna?
He's like, I'm fine. I'm not worried at all.
大人，今早属下疏忽，不慎将钱袋弄破衣角。
It took you
I
way
like how
too
it's-
long to come up with that.
Exactly. I love how he's like, wait, what if I'm just clumsy?
为避免钱币丢失，遂改用头巾包裹。那破损的钱袋，属下随手丢弃了。
是把钱袋销毁了吧？ 银元上的
I
血
mean, we
可以
can
洗
test
掉
the coins for
钱袋
blood,
上的
yeah.
就洗不掉。
血迹？哪有什么血迹？小兄弟，别忘了，你的药剂无法确定地上的痕迹是血还是含铁的试剂。
But why would the silver coins have a reagent containing iron on them?
Oh,
真不懂你们是
new
如何得
pose.
出在下是凶手的结论的。说到底，你们没有
I wonder if
决定性
that
的
pen
证
is
据
going to be
能将这
relevant.
事与我联系在一起。
Yeah, I mean, the sprites
very
are often
prominent.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember in the photo he was holding a pen and a book. Although I don't remember if it was like a fountain pen or a brush pen or what. He was holding
Yeah.
something. If the pen is a knife, it could be.
看来，只有找到能直接证明何
Direct
思是参与
evidence.
了
What
案件
have
的
we
证据，
got?
是什么样的证据呢？不如由我
There we
来
go.
帮你收
Yeah,
理
there he
一
is.
案情。
Right on schedule.
He's like, no.
He's like, I'm good.
我自己就可以。回顾案件发生的过程，思考凶手会在哪个环节留下痕迹。
Part of the murder's plan to
Okay.
leave traces. I'm sorry, what? Yes, that is an appropriate reaction.
Yeah,
You
no,
should go back to the first episode and see our
when we
reaction
met
to
this
that.
guy.
Like, wait, what?
He does this.
再把能证
It
明
happens
何思是参与
sometimes, don't
其中
worry
的
about
证
it.
据出示出来。
Like, I'm not.
在公示房，
Oh, okay,
他
we
以强大的
actually
凶
are.
器
Like,
杀害了
last
丁
time we
教
told him.
然后细致的清理了现场。
Okay.
Okay, murder.
So we're essentially treating this as testimony.
Let's check our inventory. Okay, what have we got?
Check our inventory. Okay, we've got the ladle.
I feel like that's
The,
not.
I think the lever could come into play because he would have had, you know, he touched it. He was pulling it. I mean, the silver coins might be, but he can't prove that it's a reagent. We haven't used those as evidence. We've used them to bribe someone. The note.
Well, we already brought up the point about like him being able to.
We brought
Forge
up the point,
handwriting,
but
so I
it
don't know
could
if
still
that's-
have other evidence.
Office desk.
That is something that
Well,
hasn't
his
come up.
testimony is now suspicious, obviously, but I don't
Yeah.
know how this is going to be relevant.
Well, I mean, he knows that nobody, he didn't wear the head cloth.
Yeah,
He said he saw him, and he's not wearing the head cloth. And,
that's true.
so he needs to say that he was
So
wearing the head.
when was the relative
because-
timing of this photo and that testimony? I don't know.
So I think the photo probably would have been before. Like,
Yeah, because I think the
it's
testimony is kind of
obviously-
like, you know, one of the last places, one of the last times that anyone
definitely saw
him.
him, and he
Yeah.
was alive after this time. So I have a perfect. But like, he needed to say that the headscarf, or that the head cloth, because that he needed that to cover up bloody wounds on the corpse when he
Yeah,
pushed
for
it
sure.
into the steel.
Yeah,
he's
so actually
like,
this
"Oh, yeah,
testimony might be
it's-
relevant now, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird
Did-
that he
Did
was
the
wearing
others
the
also
head cloth.
see Ting with the headcloth? I think the other like witnesses might have mentioned seeing
I
that
think
too.
it was the
So I guess that-
witnesses when they were, when they saw the corpse. They were like, huh, that
oh
was
yeah,
wearing
that's a good point.
headcloth.
Yeah.
Weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's the only one who claims to have seen him with the headcloth before his death,
Yeah.
which is of course suspicious.
You.
趁老李离开，他利用吊钩将尸体运上2层，并隐藏起来。
Okay.
他在仓库中将硬质橡胶块削成栏杆的大小。
Oh, he
Just,
literally
like,
just carved it.
Shave
Okay,
it
that makes sense.
into place. Wow. Those are
That
like
takes some
massive.
effort.
Yeah, those are massive things of rubber. I guess maybe he just like sawed off the end of one and then shaped it. Oh well, there are a bunch of tools over there, so I don't know. Maybe he could have used that.
Yeah.
完成后，他藏身于防尘布下的铁料堆中。
I don't know if you guys can hear, but there's sounds coming at me.
Wait.
开始浇筑钢顶时，他利用钢水包遮挡，制造钉匠木坠楼的假象，并藏身于平炉右侧的走道。待老李去平炉正面查看爆炸现场时，他在藏回防尘布下的铁料堆中。最后，等老李离开后，他再利用升降机离开。以上就是凶手的7个主要作案步骤了。
7 steps.
他会在哪个环节留下痕迹？
Okay.
In a niche black market for
I mean,
rubber blocks.
theoretically.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with the rubber blocks, but apparently they're storing them for some other company.
我需要在那个环节将
He
能
needs to
证明他
present
参
the
与其中
evidence
的
that
证据。
proves he was involved in that part of the plan. Okay, so I'm
I
not
don't think we have anything for
sure.
that.
Yeah.
Use the crane hook to move the body to the second floor. Check the inventory again. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna save again just in case we're still on 1 HP.
Yeah. This one's tricky. Use the crane hook.
Use the crane hook to move the body to the second floor.
My
I
instinct
don't
is
think we have
not
anything
that.
for that. Shape the rubber and set up the. Well, that's left traces in that there were rubber shavings everywhere, but
Yeah.
I don't think
but
there weren't
not
any
that it
traces
was
that linked him to it.
In specific.
I mean, maybe if he got some kind of iron or rust or whatever on himself. I mean, obviously he got rid of the
Yeah, but we don't have
outfit,
evidence for
but
that.
yeah, we don't have evidence. I don't know.
Yeah, so for the bag, we think the bag was just.
Yeah, I mean, we
And
saw a
was, like,
photo of it,
on
and
the
it was like
table.
it was a big bag.
It was just sort
Um,
of within reach.
Hmm.
Okay, hid in the iron cover. Next.
Use the ladle to create the incident, then hid in the corridor. I don't think there was anything from that.
Well, there's the camera right there, but we don't have.
True, but we don't have photos of that time.
We don't have photos of the incident. But
And
I
don't
do
we even
think it
have,
is
we don't even have the
interesting.
photos in our
Camera.
record.
Yeah, I mean, the camera, the photos that she'd take. So like, but I do think the fact the camera is right there, kind of
Yeah, I don't know.
right there. Get back into the iron heap.
They left. Use the elevator to flee the scene. I have no idea.
So he was presumably
What evidence do you have that
wearing
connects to him? That's a good
that
question.
uniform the whole time.
Yeah, so he would have been like in the worker's uniform.
Okay.
I think the only
This is the
evidence
late-
that we have that's connected to him is his testimony here. Like,
yeah.
that's the main thing.
So,
What do we have
but
here?
what would
Oh,
that be
that.
near the steam turbine?
Oh, I wonder if this is gonna be it. That he hid under the tarp with the iron,
Oh,
and she
because
got rid
he
of the
was- yeah,
clothes.
because he
but
ha-
like it could be on his
But
body.
he shouldn't be near those.
Hmm?
Oh no, that's good. Because if he's covered in iron,
Isn't this like safe to put on people? That'd be okay.
it's gonna have to be, frankly. If it's not, I don't care. Yeah, because he'd be under the
Yeah, 'cause
tarpaulin.
he would have iron all
it would
over
have
him.
iron. And it doesn't really matter if it's blood or iron.
Exactly.
It's weird for him to be covered in that. No, I think you're right. That he hid. Ooh, even, I think it might be hiding under the tarpaulin second time, because it's not all iron that will do it. It's like iron and iron but I guess I'm not gonna put 100% into that. Like, either of them should work if it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I would imagine if this is the solution, then it's probably either one of the hiding in the iron heap.
Yeah.
But let's try it. It's a pretty wild leap, but we can go for it.
Oh
绝对是个
god.
证据，就在何思氏身上。
We hope so, yes.
Alright.
Doing
要是没什么
the
事的
metal
话
detector.
再下去告诉你
Yep.
The classic Ace Attorney.
且慢，
Oh no,
沈
that
先生
was
还有何
brilliant.
指教？
Heads up,
既然你
splash.
坚称自己没有杀人，为证清白，可否让阿佛检测下你的头发和衣服？
Well, probably wouldn't be on his clothes because he was wearing different clothes, but maybe if
Yeah,
he had
but,
it on
like,
his
you might as
skin,
well
it would have
dump it.
rubbed off on his clothes. Maybe it's on his shoes.
Look, you
I don't
might
know.
as well.
You can.
You might as well.
沈仲平，
Test everything.
你不要欺人太甚。
You're going too far. Not
符合。
my hair, not my
你既是
beautiful
清
luscious.
白的，验验又何惧？
Yeah, it's just like the other guy whose
Yeah.
hair smelled of camphor, and it
Yeah.
proved the whole case.
And the moral of the story is that
Darn.
everybody
我没有杀人，身上自然测不出血迹。
We're not looking for bloodstains.
we're not
但
looking
适
for
合杀
bloodstains.
不可辱啊！
Wow.
Well, kind of extreme, but I'll allow it.
此举是为了还你清白，怎么成了欺负你？古人宁愿粉身碎骨，也要留清白在人间。
She's like, now let's start
何先生
breaking
需要一句区
bones.
区几滴试剂吗？
在下清清白白，自然无所畏惧。
Too bad he didn't have a chance to
Darn.
shower.
我还需要一位铁厂人员
Yeah.
配合做测试，最好不是工人。
Someone who
兄弟，
isn't a worker,
你来配
yes,
合。
to prove that you would only have this
Yeah.
if you were near
And
it.
it's not just iron shavings flying in the air around here.
Yeah.
看呐，何思是发光了。
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
There
kind of
he
damning.
goes. Huh. I wonder why it's like all over his clothes like that. Did he have like the uniform on over his outfit or something?
Maybe. He's bad at this.
难道在他的衣服上验出了血？
Not blood,
I
it's
mean,
iron.
it might also be some blood, but
It might be a
no.
little blood.
It's mostly iron.
绝不可能！
He's gonna be like,
impossible,
that's
I
impossible.
showered
I didn't
thoroughly."
get any blood on me when I murdered the guy.
我从未沾过血。
I've never been
让卢
stained
米
with
诺发光的
blood.
不是血，
Bold thing to say, but
而是残留在何思氏身上的铁锈。这就是决定性的证据。
你在说什么呀？
何先生，
but rust,
铁
yeah.
锈中的铁与血液中的铁一样，
No,
都会
that's
让卢米
actually
诺发光。
very clever.
That's nice.
It's a very Ace Attorney parentheses positive thing to have the thing that the prosecution established be the thing that undoes them.
Yep.
在你的作案手法中，有一个关键环节，为避免与老李相遇，你需要反复在加料区的防水布下躲藏。凡有接触，必留痕迹。
All contact leaves traces. We didn't
防
even
水布
need.
下都是锈迹斑斑的废钢，防水布的内侧则沾满了铁屑。即便当时你套了工服，你的袖口、衣角和头发上，
I guess he would have had to wear the stuff over his regular clothes because he'd have to like change back
Yeah, he
quickly.
showed up at the scene.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so.
我常年在铁厂工作，沾染铁元素也很正常。
Well, that's why we checked the other guy too.
Yeah,
我料定你会如此辩解，特意找了巡
I
警作
knew
为参
that.
照。他同在
It's like
铁厂
that's
工作
right. I pay
却并
attention
没
to
有
a
太多
fu
的
when
卢
he
米诺
talks
反应。
science.
Yep.
这又作何解释呢？
这个，那个，我今日早上盘点铁矿石时，不慎摔了一跤。
Yeah, and you only got it
That's
on
an
like the very
excuse.
edges.
I'm so clumsy.
And on the top of your head.
I bonked my head. I'm just a silly
还
little
是那时弄
guy.
脏了袖口和衣角吧。
天下哪有那么巧的事？
有时就是无巧不成
And
书。
then Lee's like, no, he is a clumsy little. That does check
何
out.
先生，不知你是如何摔倒的呢？以至于辫子上都是铁锈。
Yeah,
腰地打
the
滑，
long
不是
braid.
摔了个仰面。
Then what about the rest of your back?
He's like, I'm a
何先生
klutz.
撒谎露馅了。
She's like, that's right. I can catch contradictions too.
你的辫子上没多少蓝光，远不如头顶上的多。
你诓我！
真是胡闹！
何先生，我们可以再比较一下功夫上的痕迹，看看功夫领口和衣袖处的痕迹，与你身上的痕迹是否相连。
Yeah, just
离
you
开平
know.
炉2层后，你必须尽快返回众人的视野中，以免招来怀疑。而后，你还要与会办大人商议提前发放工钱，借此销毁凶器。
Yes, destroy the evidence.
再之后，我与阿佛便已赶到铁厂开始
We
调查，
knew there had to be a sinister reason that workers were.
因此你并没有太多的时间处理自己身上的痕迹。这是刚刚你乱了方寸的原因。认罪吧，你已经无可狡辩了。
Well,
没错，
We did it.
是我干的。
we got him.
Not the most dramatic
这究竟是为
confession
什么？
so far, but
许航，我找到改进工艺的方法了。
Yeah, what was his motive? He's
I'm
one of the
telling
people with
you.
like the least motive, probably.
yeah, I'm
今后我
telling
们
you,
再也
my
不用
most
参加
trusted
国外的
buddy.
高价焦炭了。
But he
咱们
was
的成
getting
本
kickbacks
比起德国
from
和
the
日本
expensive
低了
coke
1/3，
Yeah,
但质量
maybe.
几乎一致。
老丁，你终于做到了。
You've
我是
finally
大
done
半辈
it.
子都在等这一天。现在好了，
And
咱
now,
们的铁路总算能用上自家产的钢轨了。
老丁，伦敦的检测报告回来了。报告上说，用你的新法子所炼成的钢轨，含磷量超标，有断裂症。
断裂？这不可能！我们刚刚做完机械性能测试，没有任何问题。
yeah,
报
so
告我
what
从
is
公司
up
房
with
了，
Britain?
你自己看吧。
What's Britain doing?
没道理啊！明明每个环节都……
老丁，休息一下吧，你3天没合眼了。
检测，一定是检测报告出了问题。
你如果不信，也可以找洛先生检测，应该还是焦炭的问题。接受现实吧。李大人已经决定继续采买威斯特伐利亚焦炭了。老丁，这主要还是考虑到生产时间的问题。
那倒要恭喜何思氏了。
Ooh.
老丁，
Okay.
你什么意思？
Getting
这几个
dramatic.
月，全车间都被你们骗得团团转。说吧，你跟骆炳生私受了他们多少好处？
老丁，你要干什么？
Yeah, the British
Something
want
big.
them to buy their steel instead of making their own. Was it self-defense?
老丁，
I feel like you could
Okay.
just say that though,
这么说，
instead of doing all
也是
this.
情急之下，出于自保，才不慎用钱袋砸死了老丁。
Yeah,
You
except
could
I
have
think it
started
was
with that, buddy.
explicitly said that he like hit him multiple times.
Yeah, multiple
It's not just
times.
oh I hit him and
There
oops,
was a
he died.
Y-shaped blood stain.
yeah, it's like massive bloodstains all over everything.
That was a very dramatic.
I think he
Your
was getting
Honor,
some
I
kind of
think this
kickbacks
guy
and
is
was
still
like,
lying.
yeah, this guy's research can't be allowed.
Because I'll lose money off of it.
你怎么看？
Nah.
No, it was multiple
我
times.
并不认为他完全是出于自保。公事房地面上的血迹呈渐落状，墙上也
Yeah,
发现了多道抛甩状的
it
血
was a
迹，
huge Y on the wall.
这说明在丁将木流血倒地后，凶手仍多次击打他的头部。
I mean, they have said that yes, torture is a part of it's canonical in this game that
Yeah, we
crime
also
and
don't really know what
punishment
their laws are about, like, self-defense and stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, if it's anything like Ace Attorney, like, no, even accidental murder is still murder.
如此，
I don't
Just
care
really
that
cheap
this
on the
literal
shots
child may have accidentally.
Yep,
No, it
it's
doesn't
still
matter.
murder.
You're
你杀人之后的抛尸手法环环相扣。
yeah.
若无
It's
提前调查
also
模拟，
like
几乎是不可能实施的。
no. If it was self-defense, you'd be like, holy shit, Foreman Ting tried to kill me. Someone help. Not
所以你在昨
I
晚杀
have
害
to
丁将木，
dispose of the
或许是临时
body
起意，
in steel.
但你的杀人计划却是蓄谋已久。
Like, oops, I accidentally knocked a guy into the molten steel.
In the molten lava, yeah.
那真相到底是怎样的？
Maybe
丁
this
将木
is
提
another
出
two-parter.
用
We've,
萍香
we've
碎
still
胶
got
与
things
无
we
烟煤
don't
烧制
know.
生铁，再通过这个方法大大降低了成本，自然也断了负责采买之人的财路。于是，何思氏便与骆炳生串通一气，
Yep.
在检测报告上作假，借此说服李会办继续购买高价焦炭，以继续从中牟利。丁将木怀疑检测报告作假，但却难以挑战杨元的权威，只能假借拜神之名，暗中进行实验，只为证明检测报告有误。而何思氏也正利用了这一点，营造丁将木自杀献祭的假象。
Real criminal mastermind there.
Real criminal.
何许
Oh yeah,
航
no,
你这个吃里扒外的东西！
Mr. Robinson is British, and also the journal very specific rundown of the British are fully they're setting up railway in China using British products and British kickbacks, and it's like we can't even build our own rail system. So yeah, the Brits are being Brits, you know.
Yep.
British imperialism is
吃
alive
里
and well.
扒外。大人，我这完全是为了
Oh,
工
really?
厂啊！
I did this for us.
就算我配合骆先生改了厂内的自检报告又怎样？伦敦的那份报告我改得了吗？
In London, well, yeah.
Well, in
but
London
the
they have their
British-
own motives.
Your
They're, like,
Honor,
they're also
the British suck. Is
They
like,
also
you
have
know,
that
that's a really
exact-
good point. They do suck. Yeah, no, it's like this
这都是
is
人家按在咱脑袋上的金箍，
very known historical.
就连那些往我们身上泼脏水的报纸，都是人家的产业。人家捏着我们的命脉呢，还想拿什么去偿？
何许航，你竟全无羞耻之心！
I mean, it's like cool motive, but
大
still
清的
murder.
著作权早都被杨大人瓜分殆尽了，其中的每个环节可都
Yeah.
是巨大的利益。
Yep, we've
前段时间，铁厂风头出尽，接连拿下正太、粤汉铁路订单。本是跟在后捡拾汤羹的角色，如今却要把这桌子掀了。你以为杨大人会放任铁厂继续出风头吗？你采购高价煤，说白了就是把利益分回去一些，自然人家就不会与你为难。
What is he
这
trying
就
to
是你为
argue
自己
here?
中饱私囊找的理由吗？
Does he want them to buy
Yeah.
expensive coal or not?
Yeah. I'm just like, I
You
hate those
see,
British
I
so much,
had to-
therefore we should continue to follow them.
What are you doing, man?
Yes. This is how you fight imperialism, by not fighting it.
于大于小都只是
Oh,
生
you
Yeah,
know,
just
little
give in to
buddy.
them. Just play by their rules, and
He's
you'll
like-
be fine.
He's like, have you considered me becoming rich is actually
许航，你真是太令我失望了！实业兴国的抱负被你丢到哪里去了？
报复，报复难道能当饭吃不成？处处桎梏，谈何兴国？
可是，既然检测报告是假的，就说明，即便只能使用劣质的矿料和便宜的煤炭，丁匠木还是成功炼出了好钢啊！
那又如何？
说明炼钢技术的革新，并不只有洋人能做到啊！
Yeah, with the power of
and then you know you
technology.
killed
会
them
天真
over
的
it.
以为，一点点技术革新就能改变局面吗？不过是蚍蜉妄下撼树罢了。
若丁教母所做的技术革新，真如皮肤般微不足道，你口中的杨大人
And why did you
又为
kill
何要在
them?
检测报告上使扮作假呢？
如果没有这一点点的革新积累，谈何自立自强？
愚公世代能移山，蚍蜉成群可撼树。
Yeah, she's like, I am gonna get so many awards.
Yep.
She's like,
会将
this
丁
is
项目的
gonna
经历
make
写进
my
报道，
career.
激励更多人投入实业兴国的事业中。
办铁厂虽艰难万险，若只知苟且行事，后辈则永无变局之日。许衡，你鼠目寸光，怎能理解这千钧之责？
Wow.
I mean, she's a plucky reporter. She's never gonna be careful.
She-
来人，把何许衡押下去，传骆秉生来公事房。
All right,
Boom!
we did it.
And I think we learned a valuable lesson. Maybe loving things doesn't make you
丁项
evil.
目之事，多亏了沈先生。
A valuable
Is
lesson
Robinson in
today.
trouble now? Probably. I hope so.
Oh yes.
分内之事，何足挂齿？
可惜那个骆秉生竟然借口参加宴会躲了出去，会办大人千万别放过他
Too
You know, we
bad
also
he
never
just sort
did
of
come back to
printed.
which name card was where. I guess it ended up not being
Yeah,
relevant,
that
even
that
though we made a
didn't
note of
come
it.
up.
骆
And
秉
it's like,
生之
are
事，
we having a second case here? Is this gonna be another thing where
I
like
don't think
we find
so.
Robinson?
I think it's just something that was not relevant.
沈先生，本办还有一些话想单独
Will
与
do.
阿福说，
Ooh.
不知可否？
What? Why? Are we getting a Fu backstory?
我在门外等你。
I guess, maybe. I do want to wrap this up soon, though, because it is very late.
本
Yeah,
办
yeah,
Oh.
no,
初见
this
你
has
便觉
gotta
得眼熟
be.
Oh, yeah,
你可
backstory.
是
This is the
The dad.
epilogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, of Fu's dad, who he had.
哎，我和他长得这么像吗？
像？你小小年纪就如此博学多闻，颇有他的风采。当年你父亲担任汉阳铁厂会办时，我还是个初出茅庐的小子呢。
真难想象
Got
会
family
办大人
ties
曾经的
here.
样子。
阿福，你看到实验室的书了吗？
当然，我早就仔仔细细的读过了。
Oh, were they like his dad's books?
那些可都是由你父亲遗著的。
Were all written and
Oh,
translated
wow.
by your father.
唉，可惜天妒英才。
That explosion.
Oh,
Man, that
yeah.
suspicious explosion of food.
What's this all
大
about?
人，都已经过去了。
人还
So
是要向
they've
前看。
both got suspiciously dead family members.
Yep.
Good to know.
Where's his mother? We have no idea.
No clue.
大人放心，我会把
We don't know
头
anything
No, it's
about Shen's
actually
mother
we
either, right?
have.
Or did we have
Yeah,
confirmation that
'cause
she died?
It's like Shen's mother was not in the picture by
Yeah.
the time of that like flashback with his brother and dad. And then
Yeah.
something happened with his dad that he's just
Yeah,
I
they,
don't like
hated
my
him.
dad
yeah.
and also
Hmm.
and then his brother died.
很好，真是虎父无犬子。以后常回汉阳来看看，这就是你的家。
Oh, that's really sweet.
我会的
Aww.
久等了。
So yeah, all of the like
咦，
I don't know if you'd have
What
the
is that
technical
package?
knowledge for it, and then if who's like, do you know me? I know this place.
Oh, did Shen bring him a snack
this-
while he was in there? Oh, that's so cute.
It's like I couldn't have done it without your help.
妈，
Aww.
Aww.
不妨帮我试试。
And this one
里面有没
probably
有
isn't
蒙太
drugged.
Yep.
It's been like 3 whole days. I think we can laugh about it
太好
now.
了，香甜松脆，没有毒。
Aww. It's like, Afu, I wanted at least one of those.
哎，先生不吃吗？
It's just like I left you a whole one cake.
I
我不仅
left
是
you
甜
one whole.
而且，阿福，
He's like, okay, all mine then.
Like, alright.
Alright, is that it? We're done? Alright. Alright, I think we're gonna end things here then.
Seems like
Yep. Alright, there we go. One more case down.
yeah.
That'll be it for today then.
Yes.
We'll be back next week, Tuesday evening.
Yes.
So yeah, Kit, you better catch up by then.
Yeah, have fun with the ketchup.
Watch all of our previous videos. Yeah, I guess we'll see what we're getting up to next. So we're going into like case 4, so I'm guessing things are gonna start getting more intense. We're gonna start getting
Intense,
more like
yeah.
main plot stuff.
Yeah, it's like we've got 2 suspicious family member deaths, maybe 3 if we. Maybe we will actually solve them.
Yeah, very excited.
Woo!
Alright, there we go. That's it
Alright,
for today then.
see you guys.
I'll see you next time. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.